Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Notre Dame Regional High School, the host of the Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship between the number 1 seed, the Notre Dame Bulldogs, and the number 2 seed, the Cape Central Tigers. Cody Sandusky, happy to be with you here at the venue. The Tigers have taken the floor, the Bulldogs in the tunnel, ready to go. Third time these teams have met this season. Notre Dame, winners of the first two. Third's always the hardest to grab, especially for these seniors looking for their third consecutive win in this matchup. I'll let the crowd say it for me, ladies and gentlemen. This building is completely sold out. 1,200 plus young men, women, children, everything, every age in this arena, ready for the biggest matchup you're going to see in Southeast Missouri basketball, probably the entirety of this week. No matter what you've seen before, no matter what you're seeing tomorrow, this is where the action is, folks. I'm excited to be on hand with it for you, however you may be listening. We're on 960 KZIM, KZIM.com, as well as on YouTube by search Notre Dame Cape. If you search Notre Dame Cape, and also I know that is live because there are a number of events from across this city in which people are tuned in live streaming at different venues. So however you're consuming this game, we hope to bring you the action beat by beat, basket by basket, and it's going to be an exciting one. Notre Dame looking for their first district title since 2015, the year that this team finished third in Class 4 at the state championship tournament. Cape Central looking for their second consecutive because there was a dry spell for 3 years between these two teams. Notre Dame in 15, Cape Central in 19. 3 years of Sikeston dominance. That Sikeston class has graduated. For Cape Central, a number of pieces from last year's squad have likewise graduated. This is a team that fell in the sectional tournament in their matchup, the sectional round of that matchup. On the other side, it is the Notre Dame Bulldogs, again looking for their first district title since 2015. And remember, this is the first time Notre Dame has hosted this tournament since 2003. 17 years between hosting bouts, and no sweeter way than to see it end if the Bulldogs can pull it off tonight with their third victory against the Tigers in this 2019-2020 season here at the home venue. The reason I keep emphasizing that 3 wins, it's if you've been any kind of sports fan for any length of time, I think the phrase is known, it's hard to beat a good team twice. The addendum here is it's almost impossible to be a good team 3 times, especially in the same season when the same matchup happens. In baseball, it's a little bit more typical. In football and basketball, unless you're playing on a professional level, you're not seeing those matchups that many times. And it's doubly important for Notre Dame, doubly sweet the opportunity before them because of how the trend has gone before this, especially for the seniors on this squad. Tyler Londaway, Cam Dohan, John Essner, Jack Floyd, Drew Heiserer, Justice Toma, Tyler Parker. A good number of those players have been playing for Notre Dame in some capacity since their freshman year. Londaway, Dohan, and Toma have been on the varsity roster since their freshman year. In that time, Notre Dame has gone 2-7 against Cape Central. Now, mind you, there have been a number of close losses in those matchups. The first time around back in 2017, it was actually the night, January 31st, in which Tyler Londaway broke his elbow at Cape Central going up for a layup and crashing hard to the floor. Notre Dame lost that one by 7. The margin of loss for Notre Dame has only hit 11 one time. It hit 14 in the Christmas tournament in 2018. But all in all, things have been fairly narrow. Notre Dame in their 2 wins this year, a 70-54 win at the Christmas tournament and a 52-44 win here at Notre Dame back on February 4th. Notre Dame led that game 31-24 at halftime. Notre Dame and Cape Central back and forth in terms of third and fourth quarter. Notre Dame being outscored 15-6 in the third, but outscoring the Tigers 15-5 in the fourth for that 52-44 win. The caveat, the note on that, is that the personnel has changed. You're going to hear Paul Unterreiner hit a lot of these beats in our pregame conversation here in just a moment, but thank you for joining us. This is Notre Dame basketball on 960 KZIM. Do apologize for those listening on the radio side. A little bit of a technical difficulty for those who have been listening on the stream side. I think you've caught most of what we're talking about so far. Notre Dame and Cape Central, the 2019-2020 boys basketball Class 4 District 1 championship. Come right back in. Notre Dame, the third time they've beaten Cape Central this season, if they do so tonight. Third time these teams have matched up. It's hard to accomplish that 3 times in a row. Take a look, as we were mentioning before the notice of the snafu. In this matchup, back on February 3rd, Notre Dame played a different Cape Central team. You look back, John Brantner was on this team, a former Notre Dame player transitioning or transferring to Cape Central. He was playing. He and Tyrus Redden both had 13 points to lead the Tigers. John Brantner broke his wrist that game. He is not on the roster dressed up for this one. Doriante Tucker, the leading scorer for the Cape Central Tigers in this season, he is averaging 15.2 points per game. He is only about 2 points a game ahead of Tyrus Redden in terms of team average per game. Doriante Tucker did not play in that second game for Cape Central against Notre Dame due to the flu. He was not on the roster for that night. Tyrus Redden, if you haven't seen him play for the remainder of this season since that time, he is wearing a shoulder support brace that he has been wearing since that game, because in that Cape Central Notre Dame matchup, he separated his shoulder for a second time, and that's made things a bit more difficult for him, but he has still been averaging 13.3 points per game. So if we rewind back to that night, the Cape Central that Notre Dame saw in this building on February 4th, it is not the same team that they saw at the Christmas tournament. It is not the same team they will see tonight. Whereas for Cape Central, the roster for Notre Dame is the same. You look back to that matchup in early February, Tyler Londaway, 17 points, 3 for 5 from 2, 5 for 9 from the free throw line. Toma, 5 for 8 from 2 for 12 points, the second leading scorer on that team. And again, talking about it for those Bulldogs, the seniors we listed off here at the top, those seniors are 2-7 against Cape Central, but they have the recent edge. You look at the numbers going all the way back to 2009 between these two teams. Notre Dame is 9-19 against Cape Central. More to the point, or at least the thing that will maybe stick more in the craw of Notre Dame fans and has them satiating, or wanting to be satiated with a win tonight. Notre Dame, since 2009, is 0-5 in postseason play against the Cape Central Tigers. But those numbers, looking back, 3 of them have happened during this stretch with these freshmen back in 2017 that are now seniors here in 2020. These young men have seen this team, and I think for any Bulldogs fan, if I say it, they're probably going to boo a little bit, and I do apologize, but it does bear noting the 45-44 double overtime loss at Cape Central last year. The Kenyon Hodges turnaround shot that is probably still in the mind of some controversial whether or not he could get off a shot with 0.4 of a second left. Had that shot, kept the game going, went to double overtime. Cape Central wins by 1. So for Notre Dame, there's that sour taste. For a lot of these players, the vast majority of this roster was on the team last year when that happened. There's a desire, especially after both of these teams went to overtime earlier this week. Cape Central took to overtime to put Sykeston away. For Notre Dame, it took until overtime to put Dexter away. These teams have already been battle-tested and battle-hardened once. We'll see what happens when they have the chance to do it again. We're going to take a timeout and come back in just a moment, get the thoughts of head coach Paul Unterreiner, and see how he feels coming into this game. It is the Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Notre Dame and Cape Central, the Bulldogs number 1 seed, Cape Central number 2, coming up in just a moment on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape.
Here's an idea. Let's meet at Seis Amigos after the game. Not only are they a Notre Dame sports sponsor, but the food is delicious. Did you know they use the certified Angus beef brand, the highest quality Angus around? Seis Amigos also caters that great food. Or better yet, call now and get Seis Amigos family meals delivered by cargo tonight. Seis Amigos is sounding better by the minute. Seis Amigos, a proud sponsor of Notre Dame Athletics.
Okay, listen up, everybody. Turn up your volumes. Announcement.
This is All Talk, All the Time. KZIM Cape Girardeau and KSIM Sykeston.
Searching Notre Dame Cape. This is one Boys Basketball Championship. The number 1 seed Notre Dame Bulldogs taking on the number 2 seed, the Cape Central Tigers. Third time's the charm, meeting for the third time this season. Joining us for the pregame conversations, head coach Paul Unterreiner, and for Coach, I think that says it all. The fact that you've seen this team a couple of times, you're quite familiar being conference rivals, district rivals, and now you get to bring it all together with the season on the line.
Yeah, I mean, Drew and their staff know us like the back of their hand, and we know them like the back of ours. And our players and their players are the same. So we both know the tendencies of the players. And the question when it comes to tonight is what kind of game planning is going to change. And I'm confident that Drew will do something differently to us tonight than he has in the past, because that's what Drew's really good at, is changing things up and getting his guys to buy in. So it's the beginning of that game, feeling out how it's going to be and what kind of style they're going to play compared to how we're going to play, and just kind of figuring it out. It's like a boxing match, bouncing around trying to figure out how it's going to go. So it should be a lot of fun. It should be an awesome crowd, and it's a moment that our guys should love to be in, love to play in, and enjoy the experience.
It's one of those things where in most circumstances, especially in high school basketball, especially this late in the season, you would say that those first 4 minutes are the most pivotal, the most crucial, because that sets the tone. But I don't know if that's necessarily the same case in this game, because, like you said, that first 4 or 5 minutes is that feeling out process. That first couple of rounds where the heavyweights are throwing the jabs, they're out there throwing the haymakers to see what they can do. Is there anything you're maybe expecting to see come out of the game with Cape Central? Because I know that they do thrive on speed so often. They have some skilled shooters, but it seems very much the mindset is get up and down. Yeah. And we've seen that happen a lot in Notre Dame this season, and Notre Dame has some players that can execute the same way.
Yeah, the thing with Drew and the way he coaches, they played us completely different the first time we played them to the second time we played them. They had a different group of players the first time playing as they did the second time, and it'll be a different group this time. So a lot of the way he plays is dictated on his personnel, and that's what a good coach does. So well, what do I expect him to do? I'm not going to divulge that information, but we're prepared for what we think he's probably going to do. We're prepared for what we think are some wrinkles he might throw in. And ultimately, it's up to our guys to come out and just play. We don't want to overthink anything, and we just want to see if let's just throw the ball up there and let's go to battle and relax, have fun, and enjoy the moment.
And they're going to be able to enjoy the moment in front of a packed house, sold out, and with plenty of time to spare coming into this game tonight. It was not enough on Tuesday for a lot of players. I'm sure that tonight is going to be a whole new world, because this is not a split gym like you said where Dexter fans may be getting some sports from other teams. This is right down the line, Cape on one side, Notre Dame on the other. And these fans are passionate. The jungle is here. I know the dog pound, the entire Notre Dame student section is here. Has there been any reservations for any of the players thinking about this is going to be most likely the loudest place they play in for the rest of the season?
I mean, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a special moment for them because, the bigger venues, you don't get the intimate setting that you get here. And it'll feel like the crowd's right on top of you, and the noise is going to be loud. And they're going to have a hard time hearing me. So one of our main things we're talking about in the locker room is focus. We have to focus tonight. Don't get caught up in the noise. Focus on each other. If you can't hear me, you can't pay attention to what we're saying on the sidelines. Talk to each other and figure it out, because I trust these guys. We've got a lot of senior leadership that a lot of times I just look to and ask them, what do you want to do in these situations? And we always talk about that great teams aren't coach-led, they're student-led, and they're player-led. So tonight, more than ever, is why that's an important thing, because if you're led by your players, they can work things out on themselves on the floor.
Thank you to head coach Paul Hunter. I appreciate his time. The pregame conversation. I have to cut a little bit short as we hit 7 o'clock. We'll get you a national anthem here tonight, and the national anthem is going to be performed by choir members from both Cape Central and Notre Dame Regional High School. So a large amalgamation. Excited about that. We'll go ahead and turn over the mic to that now.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, David Michael passed away suddenly this week. David attended both Notre Dame High School and Cape Central High School. He has siblings who graduated from both schools. The Michael family has been a huge supporter of athletics at Notre Dame and Cape Central. We would like the family to know that they are in the prayers and thoughts of the communities of Notre Dame and Cape Central. And with that in mind, we will honor David's memory and his family with a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, we place ourselves in the presence of God and together say the prayer that Jesus Christ himself taught us. Our Father,
And now to perform tonight's national anthem, members from both the Cape Central and Notre Dame Regional High School choirs.
That was the national anthem provided by students of both Cape Central and Notre Dame Regional High School. Congratulations to Mrs. Davis and Mrs. Sire from Cape Central and Notre Dame, respectively, bringing us that. Let's get you a station identification right quick. It is Notre Dame basketball at the Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship between the Notre Dame Bulldogs and the Cape Central Tigers.
KCIM Cape Girardeau, 1400 KSIM Sykeston, and now heard like never before on KSIM 1017 FM.
For the Bulldogs at guard, a 5'10" senior number 2, Tyler Landaway. For the Tigers at guard, a 6'3" senior number 21, Doriante Tucker. For Notre Dame, a guard, a 5'9" senior number 15, Drew Heiser. For Cape Central, another guard, a 5'10" junior number 23, Darian Triplett. For the Bulldogs at forward, a 6'4" senior number 20, Justice Tomba. For the Cape Central Tigers at forward, a 6'6" freshman, number 33, Cameron Williams. For the Bulldogs, a forward, a 6'4" junior, number 21, Jake Young. And for the Tigers, a 6'3" senior, number 42, Dorian Triplett. For the Bulldogs, in the paint, a 6'5" junior, number 33, Caleb LeGrand.
Young, Toma, and LeGrand are officials. Everybody seems ready to go. So our officials have been announced. The teams have been announced. Notre Dame in the home white uniform, tops and bottoms, light blue numbers on the front and back. Notre Dame on the front and medium blue. Cape Central Tigers on the other side. They are in the light gray tops and bottoms. The black numbers on the front and back with orange trim. Notre Dame student section, bedecked and ready to go. Cape Central Tigers student section, the jungle in all black. Triple H's theme is playing. It's time to play a game, ladies and gentlemen, for everything. The Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship. Notre Dame girls won last night against St. Genevieve. The winner takes on Park Hill Central in Farmington on Tuesday. Bulldogs looking to make it a doubleheader. Tip-off goes the way of the Notre Dame Bulldogs. They are going to be going right to left on your radio dial and your video screen. The Cape Central Tigers left to right on both. Landaway crosses with a left-hand dribble. It's going to be Toma going baseline left side, shuffling the feet. Passes it to Heiser. Thought about the three ball. He'll hold off. Londaway standing deep on the three-point arc, right side, pass over to LeGrand on the right elbow, over to Toma, has to step up the ladder to keep it in bounds. Notre Dame moving the ball, feeling it out. As Coach Paul Hunter said in the pregame, the first few minutes is going to be a feeling out process between these two teams, seeing if they can get comfortable. Tyler Londaway, top of the key, looking for the crossover play, being guarded tightly by Darian Triplett. Toma facing off against a 2-3 zone with some help defense shifting over for the Cape Central Tigers. Cross court, Toma's looking for it on the far corner, but no look there so far as Tyrus Redden starting to shadow. Tyrus Redden, a defensive back on the football field, has a knack for being able to sneak over on the last moment and get the interception, so Notre Dame having to shy around that in terms of the defensive presence. Cross-court pass from Londaway to Toma. Toma passes over to LeGrand. 1 minute off the first quarter clock. Jumper from LeGrand from 14 feet out. No go. It'll be a rebound for Tyrus Redden. The best look Notre Dame got in a minute of work. Cape Central not allowing Notre Dame to get comfortable at all. Tyrus Redden setting up the offense at the semicircle at center court. Scott Brown motioning for the time that is allowed before an offensive violation. Darian Triplett past the top, and it's going to be Doriante Tucker. Again, Tucker absent against the Notre Dame Bulldogs in early February due to the flu. That ball is going to be rebounded by Caleb LeGrand after an errant shot by Tucker. Crossover for Londaway in the short corner being guarded by Tucker. Underhanded bounce pass to Young. Tries to feed it to LeGrand, and it's going to be a foul. Before LeGrand put up a shot, it'll be a foul on number 33. That's not going to be confusing at all with 2 33s on the floor. It's Cameron Williams, the freshman. His first personal. It's going to be number 42, Dorian Triplett. The first personal for Triplett, the first team foul. Either way, slice it. Bounce pass to Heiser. Heiser thought about the three ball in the short corner in front of the Cape Central bench. Moving over to Tyler Londaway, top of the key. Being guarded by Darian Triplett. Notre Dame's Justice Toma looking for the passing lane. Cameron Williams, the 6'6 freshman, standing in his way. Tyler Londaway moves it to Caleb LeGrand. Mid-post, throws it back to Heiser. A three-ball catch. Shoot off the backboard too much. Rebound by Young. Turnaround, put back, rolls in. Jake Young with the tip in, and Notre Dame will strike first. Notre Dame with the first lead of this game. And it took 5:45 to remain in the first quarter for that to happen. 2 minutes and 15 seconds before either team scored. Williams caught by a double team at the left elbow. Passes back to Doriante Tucker. Bounce pass to Redden. Redden open for the three ball, and it's going to be a travel by Redden. Drew Church trying to establish with Scott Brown early. I think wanting to make sure that travels are called evenly on both sides. Trying to get in the ear of the official from the onset. Inbound play is going to go the way of Notre Dame. Back to the basket. Caleb LeGrand trying to dribble underneath. Splits a double team. Toma thought about the three ball, and it'll be a travel by Toma. Paul Hunter struggling as Jason Reed comes back his way, but everything seems to be all right. Inbound play for the Cape Central Tigers in front of their bench. Student sections are electric on both sides. 1,200 plus here in this building. This game sold out yesterday. And you had to have tickets to get in. Toma standing in the paint looking to defend against Cameron Williams. Three ball put up. Three ball's going to go in for Cape Central's number 23, Darian Triplett. And that'll be the first lead for the Cape Central Tigers. One lead change for both sides. Jake Young thought about the shot. Tyrus Redden jumped over to defend. Heiser passes back to Toma. Now Londaway. Spot up with Triplett in his face. Three ball too strong. Rebound by LeGrand. He's going to be swarmed by everybody. 3 Tigers in the way, and it's going to be a foul. Foul is going to be on Redden. Redden's first personal. Notre Dame student section calling push. Inbound play from Londaway to Toma. 4:47 to go, quarter number 1. Notre Dame trails Cape Central 3-2 for the Class 4 District 1 championship. Double team keeping Londaway away from the baseline. The Tigers' entire bench giving some cheers for that. Heiser has a pass tipped by Redden, picked up by Toma. Toma, that one's going to rim out. It'll be out of bounds on Londaway. Toma was a deep 2, had a good look, went around the ring and back out like a jack in the box. First substitution for Notre Dame tonight goes to the 5'11 senior Cam Dohan. For Notre Dame, it is Toma, Londaway, Dohan, LeGrand, and Young. For Cape Central, it is Redden, Triplett, Williams, and Tucker. Tucker with the ball on the right wing. Tyrus Redden wearing number 5, and again, that shoulder support brace goes across the chest, protecting that left shoulder. He separated it for a second time here at Notre Dame back in early February. Triplett on the baseline, blocked by LeGrand. Triplett gets his own rebound and gets his own shot. So Triplett sticks to the cause, and he's going to expand the lead for Cape Central to 3, even with the block by LeGrand. Londaway standing top of the key, passes over to Jake Young at the volleyball line. Notre Dame trailing Cape Central 5-2, 3:45 to go, quarter number 1. Toma trying to go inside. It's a travel by Toma. Trying to draw contact with Dorian Triplett. And Paul Unterreiner looking for an explanation on the play. 3:45 to go, quarter number 1. It is going to be Notre Dame trailing Cape Central 5-2. Feeling out process favoring the Tigers here in the early going. Redden is going to pass over to Darian Triplett. Cross-court pass to Redden, who has to sky into the sky. He's trying to jump the ladder to get that 3 ball for Doriante Tucker. And Tucker buries the triple from the top of the key. Cape Central with a 6-point lead now, 8-2, 3:20 to go, quarter number 1. Cape Central on the hot hand to start things out. These teams, their matchup in early February. Notre Dame had the shooting edge. 18 for 38 from the floor for 47%. We said the edge from 2. The edge from total slightly in favor of Cape Central. 3 ball movement around. Londaway up. Londaway strong. Rebound by LeGrand. He's going to keep it in possession. It's going to go between his legs. It's going to be a scrum of players. They're going to call a jump ball. Alternating possession arrow goes the way of Cape Central. $2:53 to go, quarter number 1. Hayden Jansen is going to check in for Notre Dame, the sharp shooter, the 6'1 junior. He's had a great shooting touch for much of this season. Pass back and forth for Redden and Tucker. Now Redden pointing out his play, getting a double team shadowing over. Triplett passes to Triplett. Darian to Dorian. Dorian down low, puts up the baby hook. Rebounded by Cameron Williams, and the freshman gets the board and the putback. And it's a 10-2 lead for the Cape Central Tigers. 2:31 to go, first quarter. 30-second timeout. We'll remind you that Notre Dame basketball on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape is made possible by our sponsors. 36 Restaurant and Bar LLC, Seis Amigos and BG's Deli, Amerimart Midwest Energy, BSN Corey Johnson, Cape Radiology, the Code family of dealerships, Columbia Construction, Cuba Financial, Diamond Head Management LLC, Drury Hotels, Drury Southwest, Dewey Contracting, and Dutch Enterprises. Cody Sandusky happy to be with you. Notre Dame out of the gate, struggling to find their groove. Credit to the Cape Central Tigers, shifting things once again to a 2-3 defense this time, keeping Notre Dame off balance and pushing the issue with some great shooting percentages and second chance shots. Notre Dame with the inbound play, the home white uniform, tops and bottoms. It's Londaway on the inbound play from Dohan. LeGrand, Jansen, and Toma, the 5 on the floor. Jansen looking for his chance to catch and shoot. He's electric with that touch, or has been in the second half of the season. Londaway standing on the left wing, getting the cross-court pass, almost thrown out of bounds, but Londaway with the reaction to keep it in. Catch and shoot, Jansen straight away, three-pointer, Hayden Jansen. The junior with that catch and shoot, he is lethal, and he pulls it there. 10-5, Notre Dame trails by 5. 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1 here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Tyrus Redden lets the dribble bounce as he points out traffic for his team. A lot of misdirection and motion here for the Tigers so far. Redden throws it to Tucker. Tucker, a professional distance 3, misses everything but the bottom of the net. Cameron Williams gets rejected by Caleb LeGrand, and it will be Cape Central ball, but not after a block and a missed triple. Checking in for Notre Dame, it is going to be Caleb LeGrand checking out, Jake Young checking in. Cape Central gets the inbound play, intercepted by Cam Dohan, was standing in front of Redden. He's going to go one-on-one, gets the layup going left side. Cameron Williams, no behind-the-back call. Williams is going to get the rebound. Going the other way are the Notre Dame Bulldogs, trying to defend against the Cape Central Tigers, who lead Notre Dame 10-5, 1:25 to go, quarter number 1. Darian Triplett passes over to Tyrus Redden. Redden looking for the play call from Drew Church, and now is going to establish himself at the top of the key. Stutter step, look to the move on the left side. Bounce pass goes a little bit sloppy, but Darian Triplett picks it up inside. Tyler Londaway strips the ball away from Dorian Triplett, but it will stay Cape Central ball. Checking in is number 10, Anthony Mackins, the 6'3 junior for Cape Central, as Dorian Triplett checks out. Anthony Mackins on the inbound play. Darian Triplett, Cameron Williams, Doriante Tucker, and Tyrus Redden, the 5 on the floor for the Cape Central Tigers, who lead Notre Dame 10-5, 1:10 to go, quarter number 1 here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Both teams playing toward the opposing student section here in the first half. Cape Central playing toward the dog pound of Notre Dame. The Bulldogs playing toward the jungle of Cape Central. Under 1 minute to go now, quarter number 1, 10-5, Cape Central with the lead. Notre Dame struck first with a basket, but it was an 8-2 run by the Tigers after that point. Currently a 10-3 run. Has made it the 10-5 margin that the Tigers currently enjoy. Lob inside on the backdoor cut. Darian Triplett can't get the reverse layup. Cameron Williams can't get the second, third, and it will be called no basket. A foul on Jake Young. Jake Young, his first personal, the first team foul, and Williams misses 2 tries. Third try doesn't count. It'll be 2 at the line. First free throw for the freshman. Too strong. 10-5, Notre Dame trails Cape Central. 39.3 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship. Glad you can join us on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape. Both free throws missed by the freshman Williams of Cape Central. Justice Toma for Notre Dame with the rebound. Londoy slowing things down, crosses center court. And it's going to be a 2-3 zone of sorts by the Cape Central Tigers. Paul Unterreiner calling for a last-second play on the floor, giving some instructions. Same for Drew Church, the decade-plus head coach for Cape Central. Paul Unterreiner, his 6th year at the helm of the Bulldogs. Pointing out traffic, both teams. Londoy fires it to Young, now over to Toma deep on the left wing. Trying to go top of the key, cut inside, feeds it to Young, but it's going to be a broken play, tipped away. Williams gets it to Redden. Redden is not going to get the shot off in time. Not would have gotten a good look either way. Notre Dame holds on for the last possession and can't get a shot off. It's going to be 10-5. Cape Central leads the Notre Dame Bulldogs at the end of quarter number 1. We'll take a timeout and come back in just a moment. It is Notre Dame basketball on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape and on 960 KZIM.
That's easy. BG's Old Time Deli. BG's has been around forever. And it's funny, whenever you have potato skins somewhere else, you mentally measure them against BG's famous potato skins. No need to do that. Just go to BG's and get the real thing. Plus, they have lunch specials, a salad bar all day. They do catering, and they even have group space. BG's Old Time Deli. Go get some of those skins.
We deliver the news you can rely on.
Tell us what's going on out there.
You can count on it on KZIM Cape Girardeau, KSIM Sykeston.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Regional High School. Cody Sandusky with you on 960 KZIM. It is Notre Dame leading in this matchup by a score of Notre Dame trailing Cape Central by a score of 10-5. My apologies. As we start the second quarter, Notre Dame has Hayden Jansen, Drew Heiserer, Jake Young, Cam Dohan, and Caleb LeGrand on the floor. Cape Central has Darian Triplett, Doriante Tucker, Anthony Mackins, Cameron Williams, and Tyrus Redden. 3-ball, Cam Dohan flies true but moves too far to the left, goes off the leg of Tucker, and it will be Notre Dame possession. Notre Dame in the first quarter, 2 points for Jake Young, 3 for Hayden Jansen. On the other side for the Cape Central Tigers, 3 points each for Doriante Tucker and Darian Triplett, 2 points each for Cameron Williams and Dorian Triplett. Cape Central on an 8-2 run since Notre Dame got their first basket, and Cape Central responded with the same. Bounce pass goes to Caleb LeGrand on the drop step, trying to go underneath, trying to get a reverse layup. And there'll be a foul against on Caleb LeGrand as he's going to the basket. He'll get 2 at the line. Fouls on number 23, Darian Triplett, his first personal. 3rd team foul for the Tigers. LeGrand goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Went to the free throw line once and was 2 for 2 against Dexter. He starts off 1 for 1 as Notre Dame needed that to cut the lead down on Cape Central to 4. Next free throw for the 6'5 junior. And LeGrand bounces around. That one does not get the friendly bounce, and Doriante Tucker gets the first board of his evening. 10-6, Notre Dame trails by 4. 7:15 to go second quarter here at Notre Dame Regional High School on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape. Passes around the horn. Tyrus Redden steps back. Hayden Jansen in a crouched defensive stance, keeping close in the short corner. Doriante Tucker between the rings. Now Redden feeds over to Cameron Williams on the right baseline. Williams, a 6'6 freshman for the Tigers. And it's going to be a travel by Williams. Not able to escape. Notre Dame, I think, would rather have had the steal by Dohan as he went already at center court and beyond. But no go on that one as Laundaway checks in for Notre Dame. He is in for Dohan, as is Toma and Floyd for the first time tonight. And Jack Floyd, the 6'1 senior. So Young comes out. It's going to be Jansen checking out. Yes, one man too many. And it's going to be Floyd, Heiserer, Toma, Laundaway, and LeGrand, the five on the floor. Laundaway trying to work in the far corner, gives the pass over to Caleb LeGrand, working against Cameron Williams. Ball is going to be poked out, but it's going to be kept alive. Laundaway, open three. He's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Doriante Tucker. Broken play, but gave an open look for Notre Dame, but no dice as Mackins bounce passes to Cameron Williams. Is poked away and stolen. As Cameron Williams can't hold on to the ball, Toma is trying to break around everybody. It's going to be poked from behind and stolen by Cape. The other way, Doriante Tucker feeds Tyrus Redden. Redden tries to save it. Neither team can hold on to the ball. Third consecutive turnover. It's going to be Heiserer going up and drawing the foul. Someone put up a shot at some point finally, and it's going to be a foul on Anthony Mackins as Heiserer had a look and just decided to go up against a bigger player. Heiserer, a 5'9 senior at the free throw line. The player that ran into him, the 6'3 junior Anthony Mackins. First free throw for Heiserer. Banks it. 10-7, Notre Dame trails by 3 as Cameron Williams checks out and Dorian Triplett, the 6'3 senior for Drew Church's Tiger squad, checks back in. Next free throw for Drew Heiserer. 6:21 to go second quarter. Free throw up, free throw down, perfect form. Notre Dame trails by a possession now. 10-8, 6:18 to go, quarter number 2 here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Notre Dame has scored the first 3 points of this quarter. They've kept the Tigers scoreless, albeit with turnover on those last 3 possessions before the foul was drawn by Heiserer. No real shots getting taken there. Redden pointing out traffic is going to get the feed to Tucker between the rings, looking for a lob into Triplett, but no dice. Pivoting between the blocks is Toma and Floyd. Floyd's going to shadow over to Darian Triplett now. Dorian Triplett, the senior, on the right block. Redden pulls up, 15 feet left baseline, sends it through. Redden, a good shot, his first shot of the night actually, for the second leading scorer of the Tigers. Laundaway hands it off to Floyd. Now Heiserer being quickly approached defensively by Redden, who then backs off. The Tigers are swarming the entirety of the interior inside the three-point arc. It's going to be off of Triplett. Toma throws it off of Triplett. Going to keep it in Notre Dame possession. Notre Dame not able to get comfortable anywhere as the Tigers are staying inside of the three-point arc. Notre Dame is going to have to start knocking down some triples on some kicks and shoot. See if they can get anything going as Floyd tries to penetrate on the right baseline. No dice as Heiserer gets the ball now between he and Floyd on the right side. Back to Laundaway. Notre Dame, the white uniform, tops and bottoms, gathered by Laundaway. Goes up, draws some contact off the hands of Darian Triplett, but it will stay in Notre Dame possession once again. 5:13 to go second quarter. Notre Dame 8, Cape Central 12. It's a 2-possession ball game. Laundaway trying to find somebody. Gets it over to Floyd on the far corner. Notre Dame, the number 1 seed with a record of 23-4 on the season. Cape Central 22-5. Notre Dame, the number 6 team in Class 4, according to the most recent Missouri Basketball Coaches Association poll that was back on February 20th, the last one of the season. Cape Central received votes but did not crack the top 10. Heiserer looking for a pass, gets to Toma on the left elbow. Toma pivots on a double team, has to back out to the three-point arc, gets it back to Heiserer. Notre Dame's been in the situation where they've been burning a lot of time moving the ball around, trying to get a good look, and that's good discipline, not forcing the issue. But at some point, you're going to need some points to go. Cape Central trying to force as few shots as possible. Jumper, more LeGrand on the baseline. Good stroke by the junior forward. 12 feet out, gets the shot, and Notre Dame is within 2 once again. 12-10, 4:25 to go second quarter. Darian Triplett moves the ball around to Tyrus Redden. Trying to stand in the lane, get a pass in to Dorian Triplett. Goes off of Jack Floyd, and it will be Cape Central ball. Jake Young checks back in for Floyd for Notre Dame. Number 21, Jake Young. Number 20, Justice Toma. Number 2, Tyler Laundaway. Number 33, Caleb LeGrand. Number 15, Drew Heiserer. For the Tigers, number 5, Tyrus Redden. Number 10, Anthony Mackins. Number 21, Doriante Tucker. Number 42, Dorian Triplett. And number 33, Cameron Williams. Trying to sneak on the play on the right side of the lane. Notre Dame engaged as the student section is. This building completely sold out again, 1,200 plus, with tickets having to be sold to make sure there was proper counts being done. Doriante Tucker streaking to the basket. No go. Rebound is going to be deflected to Drew Heisler. Doriante Tucker missed the game against Notre Dame in February because of the flu. Shot for Londaway doesn't go in the lane. Rebound for Dorian Triplett, his second board of the night. Redden sprints to the point and is going to go ahead and pull back. It is Anthony Mack who's trying to drive the right side. He's going to go up. He's going to get some body contact. It's going to be called. A foul off the ball by Scott Brown. Foul is going to be on number 33, Cameron Williams. Williams is going to get his second. And the Cape Central student section saying to take Scott Brown's whistle. Inbound play for Notre Dame is going to get them back in the half court, trying to throw it to Cam Dohan. It's going to be a big play the other way. Notre Dame trying to get a foul before the shot. And they do. It's in the hands of Tyler Londaway. It occurred before the shot from our perspective. It's going to be a foul on Tyler Londaway, his first personal. The second team foul for Notre Dame. 5 team fouls for Cape Central, 2 for Notre Dame. Checking in for the Tigers, in for Cameron Williams is number 23, Darian Triplett. Inbound play from Dorian Triplett at Cape Central behind the basket. Cape Central in the light gray uniform, tops and bottoms. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. And Jason Reed is going to confirm with Scott Brown saying that Londaway tipped the ball, so no backcourt violation. So it's going to be straightened out. It's going to be all 3 officials are going to have to be involved in the play call between both sides. The ball is going to go the way of Cape Central, I believe. Drew Church had his time with the official. Paul Huntrider has his time with the official. And it's going to go the way of the Cape Central Tigers. So inbound play will happen at the scorer's table. 3:16 to go second quarter. 12-10. Cape Central leads by 2. Tyrus Redden is going to bring the ball across the center court logo, the ND here at center court at Notre Dame Regional High School. Screen set by Anthony Mackins, throws it back to Mackins, now to Doriante Tucker. Hit a three-pointer from that spot, about 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point arc earlier tonight. 2:55 to go, second quarter. Notre Dame 10, Cape Central 12. Class 4 District 1 championship on the line, a rematch of the district semifinal last year. Cape won in double overtime. Redden goes to the basket, bounce off the front of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by Justice Toma. Going the other way, stops straight away, looking for a pass, gets it to Cam Dohan. Bounce pass to Caleb LeGrand, who's had a couple of jumpers on the right baseline. Maybe looking for another look there. Screen set by LeGrand. Londaway trying to work around. Londaway's going to gather in the lane. High floater, misses it all, but rebound by LeGrand. He's going to put it through. We got a tie ball game. Tied up for the first time since 0-0. 2:18 to go second quarter. Notre Dame and Cape Central knotted up at 12. It's a dozen for each side. Darian Triplett trying to get around Tyler Londaway. As Cape Central is in their offensive half court now. Doriante Tucker rifles it over to Tyrus Redden. Back and forth between he and Darian Triplett in the far corner. Doriante Tucker now straight away trying to drive. Gets inside the three-point arc. Back to Mackins. Notre Dame trying to swarm defensively. Make sure there's no clean looks. Ball's going to be knocked around by Mackins and Dohan, but it will stay in Cape possession. Tyler Londaway with the interception. Jumping in the air like a defensive back. Trying to go the other way. Cam Dohan saves it from barely going out of bounds. And it will stay Cape Notre Dame possession. 3-ball up, 3-ball down for Londaway. Notre Dame takes the lead back. It's a 3-point advantage. Their first lead since 2-0. 15-12. Notre Dame leads by 3. 1:30 to go second quarter. Redden looking to jab step inside. Feeds it to Tucker at the top of the key. Londaway trying to keep the passing lanes closed. Dorian Triplett's going to back down against Jake Young. Can't get the shot to go. It'll be a rebound by Jake Young. Jake Young getting out-muscled a little on the play, but he gets the favor with the rebound. Cam Dohan on the deep right wing gets it to Toma straight away, looking for the pass. Gets it over to Cam Dohan. Bounce pass to Jake Young on the right baseline, trying to go up, and that's going to be a trap. Are they going to call a jump ball or a travel? They're going to call a jump ball. Either way, it's going to go the way of Cape Central. Alternating possession with 1:02 to go in the second quarter. Notre Dame and Cape Central battling it out, but Notre Dame has the 3-point edge currently 15-12 with 1 minute to go in the first half. Notre Dame had a slight lead over the Cape Central Tigers at halftime of their last matchup in February. Notre Dame 31, Cape Central 24. Don't know if there's going to be that edge here right now. Doriante Tucker thought about the three ball, gets it to Dorian Triplett, standing deep on the three-point arc. Anthony Mackins feeds it cross court to Darian Triplett, who has a three for himself tonight. Redden puts down the dribble. It's going to be a timeout. No. A loss of equipment on the floor. The plate. No, not a loss of equipment. The volleyball plate on the hardwood popped up. Paul Unterreiner looking to assist to make sure the plate stays secure to the floor. We saw that happen earlier this season in one of the home games. I don't remember which one. It's sometimes where the heel of the foot catches it just right, pops it up just enough. And, of course, that serves to be a little bit of a problem as the student section for Notre Dame cheers. They thought it was secured and now is no longer secure. Paul Unterreiner trying to get the plate back on the floor. 33.6 seconds left. And the cheer comes from the student section from head coach Paul Unterreiner. 33.6 seconds to go in the first half. 15-12. Notre Dame leads by 3 against the Cape Central Tigers. The winner of this game gets Park Hill Central in the Class 4 sectional up at Farmington Civic Center next Tuesday. Notre Dame girls have already set their date up there after defeating St. Genevieve for the district crown in girls basketball 52-32 last night. 3-ball up, 3-ball too long for Darian Triplett. Rebound by Jake Young. And it's going to go the other way. Tyler Londway holding on for a last-second possession. Paul Unterreiner trying to scream out a play call. 10 seconds left. 15-12. Londway looking for the play to go. Screen set by LeGrand. Trying to get it to Hayden Jansen for the kick and shoot. Layup the other way. Doriante Tucker is going to get a foul with 7/10 of a second left. Londway trying to get back the other way, and Tucker's going to have to earn the 2 at the free throw line. Londway picks up his second personal, third team foul for Notre Dame. Cape Central with 5.5. Doriante Tucker at the free throw line for 2. Makes the first. 15-13. Notre Dame leads by 2. Dohan checks in for Londway with 7/10 of a second left. Notre Dame was looking for the kick and shoot to Hayden Jansen, who is a sharp shooter, but Doriante Tucker read the play, got the steal. Misses the second free throw. Caleb LeGrand just rifles it down the floor all the way to the student or the fan section behind the other basket. But the shot does not go in time. And at halftime, Notre Dame leads by a narrow margin, 15-13. A low-scoring second quarter, to say the least, although Notre Dame has the edge of it, 10-5. Or 10-3, in the second quarter scoring. We'll take a timeout, come back in a few moments, give you the numbers on both sides. Notre Dame leads Cape Central 15-13 at halftime of the Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship. On 960 KZIM and on YouTube, search Notre Dame Cape.
Everything you need in one stop and you're on the go. Every Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, 75-cent fountain sodas. Fridays are Filler Up Fridays. Fill up and chill down 75-cent fountain sodas with a minimum of 10 gallons of gas. Check out the AmeriMarket on North Kings Highway, proudly serving Seattle's best coffees, lattes, and mochas. And check out their wide selection of beer and wine. Don't forget free pop.
For Hayden Jansen, 2 points for Drew Heiser, 2 points for Jake Young, 5 points for Caleb LeGrand. 5 fouls in the first half for Cape Central, 3 fouls for Notre Dame. And we've had a couple of plays of pretty heavy contact. The officials are letting things go along. You take a look at the shooting percentages, didn't calculate them at this point, admittedly, trying to keep things moving as quickly as we can, but neither team having a high shooting percentage, but neither team taking a lot of shots either. For Cape Central, you take a look at their numbers, they only attempted officially 5 shots in the quarter. They made 1 of them. 1 for 5 from the floor. That was Tyrus Redden on a baseline jumper. And 1 other shot was Doriante Tucker with 0.7 seconds left. Drew the foul from Londaway on the breakaway as Notre Dame tried to bury a triple on the kick and shoot to Hayden Jansen. But Doriante Tucker was there to intercept it. Notre Dame trying to find that play. I'd say Hayden Jansen was warmed up pretty well in the pregame. Didn't miss but 1 or 2 shots from 3, and 1 of those was deflected by a teammate's basketball going in. So young man is ready to go. He has been a sharp shooter for this Bulldog squad, but you have a little bit of trouble trying to find him, and that's because the teams are being able to read it so far. And the Cape Central Tigers have made it their mission that Notre Dame gets no clean looks, not really any opportunities to take shots, especially on the perimeter. Notre Dame in that second quarter, 2 baskets down low for Caleb LeGrand. He was 2 for 2, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 2 for 2 from the stripe was Drew Heiserer. 1 3-pointer for Tyler Londaway, and that was it. 15-13, the first half score. You rewind back to early February 4th. It was a 52-44 final score, but you had the scoring at the end of the first half. Notre Dame 31, Cape Central 24. Neither team, Cape Central's 11 points off of that margin. Notre Dame is 6 points off of that margin. Notre Dame had 15 points by themselves in the second quarter of the matchup in early February. Now again, personnel have changed on all sides, or at least for Cape Central in all 3 games they've changed sides. Doriante Tucker missed that game in early February with the flu. He's had a bit of a difference so far defensively, but only has 4 points, 1 for 2 at the line, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Notre Dame has had the consistent crew the entire season long, so they are all ready to go. As we see the Bulldogs finishing up their warm-ups, we hear Drake playing on the stereo forever from the, I'm trying to remember the movie, my apologies, but it was the LeBron James documentary about he and his high school teammates, More Than a Game. There it is. I've seen it before. It's been a while because I think the song is, almost 10 years old. Anyway, we'll move past it. Notre Dame in this second half is going to have to do a better job of trying to find some looks, find some comfortable spots on the perimeter. And that's going to take finding some way to break the Cape Central defensive stranglehold. But Notre Dame has been locking down Cape Central in much the same way on the other side of the court. So to say this is going to be a defensive stalwart matchup is putting it lightly, especially at this point. Although I'm sure there is some desire from both sides to get this game running back and forth. The one sequence in which we saw that resulted in 3 consecutive turnovers. Turnover by Cape, turnover by Notre Dame, turnover by Cape. So maybe not the run and gun that we've come to expect from the Cape Central Tigers, at least here in the early going. As we see Tyson Moyers for the Cape Central Tigers wearing some striping around his head, being decorative for this event. Again, the jungle in full effect here tonight. This is a sold-out building. 1,200 plus tickets sold, and this place is at capacity. We're excited to be bringing it to you. If you couldn't be here in person, whether it be on 960 KZIM or on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape. And thank you to all of you that are watching wherever you may be, listening wherever you may be. I am Cody Sandusky, very thankful that you're alongside with us. 1 minute to go in the halftime break, as both teams are in their huddle ready to go for second half action. Missouri State High School Activities Association read from our good friend Jeremy Shane, the PA announcer here at Notre Dame. Cape Central in their light gray uniform, tops and bottoms, black numbers on the front and back with orange trim. Central on the front end, orange. On the other side for Notre Dame, the white uniform, tops and bottoms, light blue numbers on the front and back with Notre Dame in dark blue across the chest. 15-13, Notre Dame with the lead. The Notre Dame student section doing a few squats to get ready to go for the second half. And things look to be ready to go. Notre Dame bringing out the starting 5. Londaway alongside Heiserer, Young, Toma, and LeGrand. Notre Dame will get possession to start the second half. On the other side for the Cape Central Tigers, number 5, Tyrus Redden, number 33, Cameron Williams, number 23, Darian Triplett, number 42, Dorian Triplett, and number 21, Doriante Tucker. Notre Dame gets the ball in the white uniform, tops and bottoms, the home team, the host team. Notre Dame, the number 1 seed in this district, going left to right on your radio dial and video screen. Cape Central right to left, the number 2 seed. Jake Young had a shot disrupted, rebounded by Doriante Tucker. Tucker going the other way, layup left side, tie ball game. Doriante Tucker with 6 points on the night, and Cape Central has their first tie as we are knotted up 15-15, 30 seconds off of the third quarter clock. Top of the arc is going to be Tyler Londaway, feeds it to Heiser, looking for the head fake feed inside to Caleb LeGrand. Toma passes over to Londaway, catch, shoot, three-pointer, too much. Rebound by Jake Young, however, is going to get his 4th board of the night. Toma straight away, three-pointer off the mark. Cameron Williams gets his 5th board of the evening. So Notre Dame not able to get a triple to go on either try despite the second effort. Tyrus Redden standing in between the rings of the Notre Dame logo, again wearing that left shoulder brace after separating his shoulder twice this season, including here at Notre Dame on February 4th. Feed to Doriante Tucker, trying to get around Drew Heiser, but feeds it to Darian Triplett instead. Tucker, an athletic 6'3 senior. One of a few seniors on this team. Tyrus Redden, one of the others, passes to Dorian Triplett. Ball's going to be deflected, stolen by Drew Heiser. Slows things down as it was one-on-one against Doriante Tucker, and the 5'9 senior didn't like his matchup with the 6'3 senior of Cape Central. Drew Heiser stands on the Bulldog logo on the far side of the court. Notre Dame going left to right in the second half toward their student section. Cape Central going right to left toward their student section. Packed house here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you are. 15-15 knotted up, 6:15 to go, third quarter. Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship. Heiser looking for a screen from Toma, bounce pass to Jake Young, feeds it to Caleb LeGrand, catches, worked through a double team, trying to pivot around everybody, touch and go, passing to Toma. Toma with the spin move, trying to feed it inside LeGrand. LeGrand and Young. Young's going to wrestle it away, but it's a jump ball between Young and Williams. Alternating possession arrow goes the way of Cape Central. Alternating possession arrows come into effect 3 times tonight, all 3 times going the way of the Tigers. And it's nothing to say, it's just how possessions go in terms of out-of-bounds, fouls, and things of that ilk. So nothing to say other than that's just been the path that the Tigers have had some success with getting the ball back. Tyrus Redden brings the ball up uncontested. Notre Dame playing a 2-3 zone, not looking to put on that man-to-man pressure, knowing that Cape Central has some capability to sprint up the court and break the trap. They see it a lot between Sykeston and Notre Dame and some of the teams here in the CMO Conference. Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship. Notre Dame, the number 1 seed. Cape Central, the number 2 seed. Number 2 seed Notre Dame girls defeated the number 1 seed St. Genevieve 52-32 last night for the girls championship. As the three-pointer goes up, and Darian Triplett, his first shot of each half has been a three-pointer, and Darian Triplett gets it there, takes the lead back for Cape Central. Ball's going to go into the bleachers. Darian Triplett tried to dive out of bounds with Tyler Londaway. It's going to be out of bounds on Cape. It will be Notre Dame retaining possession. 18-15. Notre Dame trails by 3. 5:15 to go, third quarter. Heiser, a three-pointer, spots up with the open look, buries it. Heiser with a 3 to respond the other way and tie it up again. 18-18. 5:05 to go, third quarter. Still ample time. Teams trying to get a scoring touch as, again, they did not have a lot of scoring in the first half. 15-13. Notre Dame had the edge by 2 at the end of 2 quarters. Redden driving in the lane between 2 defenders. He gets underneath Caleb LeGrand and Jake Young. And that's that lethal first step that Tyrus Redden has. He can drive the rack quickly. It's a 2-point lead for Cape Central, 20-18. Caleb LeGrand working through traffic, blocked by Cameron Williams, but gets his own rebound. Notre Dame with possession. Cross-court pass to Heiser. Heiser thought about the 3-ball in the short corner, tries to get around Doriante Tucker, but keeps possession. 4:23 to go, 4:27 to go, third quarter. 20-18, Notre Dame trails by 2. 3-pointer by Drew Heiser, misses short, and Darian Triplett gets the rebound. Slow dribble, Tyrus Redden. Again, the Tigers, Drew Church, multiple years as head coach, more than a decade in charge of the Tigers, motioning his team with his wrist rolling, trying to get them to stay in motion offensively. Hayden Jansen here ready to check in for the Notre Dame Bulldogs. A sharp shooting catch and shoot guard for Notre Dame. Far corner, Doriante Tucker with the ball, gets to Cameron Williams, a 6'6 freshman. Heiser deflects the ball, goes into the scorer's table, however. And Jansen checks in for Toma. So Notre Dame going with a bit of small ball, but it's a timeout taken by Cape Central, and it's a full timeout. 3:54 to go, third quarter, 20-18. Cape Central leads Notre Dame by 2. Cape Central ball when we come back on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape.
Don't look any further than Jackson Dental. Jackson Dental is always taking new patients, and you'll feel secure knowing that your dental care is in their hands. They offer same-day service on in-office whitening, and smile enhancement is tops on their list. Make an appointment today and let the professional staff at Jackson Dental serve you. Jackson Dental, 573-243-5200, 3100 East Jackson Boulevard in Jackson.
When this is a crackling campfire, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of your cabinets crackling and smoldering following a fire that's damaged your entire kitchen, you need to call ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties at 573-339-1948. Only the cleanup specialists at ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So call 573-339-1948 when fire threatens your home or business. ServPro, Fire and Water, Cleanup and Restoration, independently owned and operated.
Cody Sandusky back at Notre Dame Regional High School. It is 3:54 to go in the third quarter, 20-18. The Cape Central Tigers lead. They get the inbound play to Tyrus Redden. Cape Central, the number 2 seed, Notre Dame, the number 1 seed. The winner moves on to the Class 4 sectionals next Tuesday. Basket's going to go as Dorian Triplett gets through the lane, draws a little bit of a hand check, and he's going to get the foul and the basket. Foul is going to be on number 2, Tyler Londaway, his third. First foul of the half for Notre Dame. Dorian Triplett to the free throw line. Can't make the three-point play the hard way. Londaway gets the rebound. It's a 4-point lead for Cape Central. They led by 8 at one point. Ball deflected by Cameron Williams. It will stay Notre Dame ball. 3:39 to go, third quarter. Cape Central 22, Notre Dame 18. Reminder, on February 4th, it was 52-44. Notre Dame winning the final score. Three-pointer. Hayden Jansen sends it through. Hayden Jansen, the catch-and-shoot specialist. Tyler Londaway got the assist. Notre Dame trails by 1, 22-21, 3:25 to go, third quarter. Dorian Triplett with a nice drop-step move, but it's stolen this time. Can't get the look he wanted, and it's poked away by LeGrand. Heiser on the floor alongside Jansen, Young, LeGrand, and Londaway for Notre Dame. For Cape Central, it's Dorian Triplett, Cameron Williams, Tyrus Redden, and Doriante Tucker, the starting 5 for Drew Church's squad. Jake Young, three-pointer, far corner, off the mark. Tyler Londaway trying to get the rebound. It'll be off of his hands. Trying to battle inside with the size of Cape Central. Cam Dohan in for the Bulldogs. He comes in for Heiser. Tyrus Redden again conducting traffic as he crosses center court. Slow dribble across the timeline. 2:53 to go in the third quarter. Notre Dame 21, Cape Central 22. Cape Central looking for their second consecutive Class 4 District 1 championship. Notre Dame looking for their first since 2015. Doriante Tucker with a hand in his face. Too strong on the three, but Dorian Triplett gets the rebound. Trying to go baseline. He's going to get fouled. Foul's going to be on Notre Dame's number 33, Caleb LeGrand, his first personal. Second team foul. That's going to put Dorian Triplett on the free throw line. His first trip to the stripe tonight. 0 for 1 in this second half of the Tigers so far from the free throw line. That one's going to bounce off front iron, off back iron, in town. 2-point lead for the Tigers of Cape Central. 23-21, 2:39 to go, third quarter here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Second free throw rattles in for Dorian Triplett. The younger of the two triplets, Dorian Triplett, is a senior, number 42. Dorian Triplett, the junior, number 23. Notre Dame trails by 3, 24-21, 2:30 to go, third quarter. Ball off the foot of Jake Young, gets it to three-pointer specialist Hayden Jansen. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, ties this game up at 24. Hayden Jansen, the junior, again, said it a lot. The young man is incredible from beyond the arc. He looked like he was feeling it in pregame warm-ups, and 3 for 3 from beyond the arc says he is so far. Tyrus Redden passes on the drive to Dorian Triplett. Too strong off the window. Cameron Williams is going to come away with the ball. He's going to get it put back up after the miss by Dorian Triplett. Cameron Williams, the 6'6 freshman for Cape Central. He's going to pose some problems across this district and this conference for the next 3 years. 1:45 to go, third quarter, 26-24. Notre Dame trails by 2. Bounce pass to Caleb LeGrand, responds the other way, goes down the drain. The assist from Doha. Notre Dame ties it back up, 26-26. So far, we've had 5 ties and 7 lead changes. 1:30 to go, third quarter, 26-26. Cave Central, the number 2 seed, Notre Dame, the number 1 seed, tied up here at Notre Dame Regional High School. Williams, spin move, jumper from 14 is going to get it to bounce in. Williams, 4 points on the quarter for the freshman. He's got 6 in the game, and it's a lead back for Cape Central, 28-26. 52-44 was the score in the second game of the season between these two teams. The first was 70-54. Notre Dame won both of those. Caleb LeGrand trying to pass on a double team, turns it over to Doriante Tucker, gets the feed to Redden. Redden's going to go coast to coast. Cape Central going to the rack. Notre Dame making the wise decision not to foul. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter, 30-26. Cape Central leads by 4. Hayden Jansen being guarded by Tyrus Redden. Throws it cross court. Not enough mustard. Doriante Tucker there to steal it. Redden's going to go to the basket, and it's going to be called the offensive foul. Tyrus Redden goes to the rack, and Jake Young's going to draw the charge. Drew Church exasperated. But Jake Young is going to plant his feet firmly in the ground and take the charge. He's done that a number of times this season as Heiser is in for Notre Dame, as is Toma. 30-26, Notre Dame trails by 4. 30-26 with 38.4 to go in the third quarter. Towel getting some cleanup of perspiration there on the hardwood, making sure it's a safe surface. 30-26, Cape Central leads Notre Dame by 4. Class 4 District 1 championship on the line here at Notre Dame Regional High School. First time Notre Dame's hosted district since 2003. Pass over the wing, Drew Heiser back to Justice Toma in the paint. Caleb LeGrand looking for the pass. Not getting the look so far. 4-point deficit for Notre Dame. Cam Dohan is going to pump fake and get the blocking foul on Dorian Triplett. Fouls on Dorian Triplett, his second personal. Second team foul for Cape Central. Only 2 fouls for each side so far with 24.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. 30-26, Notre Dame trails by 4. The lob gets to Heiser. Ball deflected, stolen by Redden. It's going to be out of bounds on Redden. So Cape Central gets the steal, but they lose it going the other way. Notre Dame a break there that they hopefully can capitalize upon. 21.7 seconds to go, third quarter. Notre Dame 26, Cape Central 30. Class 4 District 1 championship on the line. The winner gets Park Hill Central at the Farmington Civic Center next Tuesday. The girls' matchup's already been set. The Notre Dame girls defeated St. Genevieve 52-32 last night for their second consecutive Class 4 District 1 girls championship. Notre Dame will be playing Park Hill Central in girls basketball next Tuesday at 6. We'll have the coverage for you on the River Radio Sports Network, either SEMO ESPN or KZIM. That's yet to be determined. Hayden Jansen back and forth with Toma. Toma looking for a drive to the lane, is going to throw it over to Drew Heiser. A three-pointer is going to get deflected. He's going to miss it all as Redden's going to get the ball, throws up a shot that will not count, as it's going to be the end of the third quarter. Notre Dame and Cape Central battling back and forth. Notre Dame had a lead by 2 at halftime. They have a 4-point deficit here at the end of the third. Cape Central 30, Notre Dame 26. Fourth quarter coming up in just a moment on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape.
No cause for concern. But when it's the sound of your cabinets crackling and smoldering following a fire that's damaged your entire kitchen, you need to call ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties at 573-339-1948. Only the cleanup specialists at ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So call 573-339-1948 when fire threatens your home or business. ServPro, fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Independently owned and operated.
Your news at 960 KCIM Cape Girardeau, 1400 KSIM Saxton, and now heard like never before on KSIM 101.7 FM.
Cody Sandusky back with you at Notre Dame Regional High School. It is a score of 26-30. Notre Dame trails Cape Central by 4 points. And Notre Dame is going to come over for the inbound play between Dohan and Unterreiner. A little discussion between player and coach. Notre Dame starts the fourth quarter with Heiser, Dohan, Jansen, Toma, and LeGrand for the Tigers of Cape Central. The light gray visitors, tops and bottoms. Tyrus Redden, Dorian Triplett, Cameron Williams, and Doriante Tucker The starting five have been on the floor for the vast majority of this game. The only exception was a brief respite when Anthony Mackins came in for the Tigers. Notre Dame has had a cycle of about 7 players. Catch and shoot, Hayden Jansen, three-pointer is going to rim out. Great look, couldn't get it to go. The rim not his friend on that one, but it was a great play to start the fourth quarter. Notre Dame looking to cut it within 1 on that shot, but no dice as the Tigers get the rebound the other way. Doriante Tucker passes to Tyrus Redden, back and forth. Tucker looked at the 3 ball, but Toma closes out quickly to shut the door. 7:30 to go, fourth quarter. Cape Central 30, Notre Dame 26. As Londaway prepares to check back in for the Bulldogs. Winner of this game gets Park Hill Central next Tuesday at Farmington. Steal by Cam Dohan. Going the other way, 3-pointer up, Drew Heiser. That one's going to rattle out, but Caleb LeGrand gets the rebound. LeGrand, his 4th rebound of the night, passes back. Jansen, catch, shoot. That one's going to come up short. Redden gets the rebound. Notre Dame trying to get the triples to fall, but not their friend here so far in the fourth quarter. 0 for 3 on the triple attempts. Notre Dame trails by 4, 1 minute off the fourth quarter clock. Doriante Tucker, crossover, gets it back to Darian Triplett. Doriante Tucker, the senior for the Tigers. They have seniors of Redden, Dorian Triplett, Doriante Tucker on the floor. Doriante Tucker goes to the basket. He's going to get the drive, and that's a big first step for the Tigers. They've built their lead back up to 6. The Tigers have led by 8 at one point. Notre Dame's largest lead was 3. Toma trying to get inside, hop steps, goes to the basket, tries to draw the contact. No go, he's going to miss the shot. Rebound by Cape Central with Cameron Williams, the 6'6 freshman, in his face. Doriante Tucker puts the dribble on the floor, passes to Redden across center court. Feeds it back to Darian Triplett. Cross court pass to Doriante Tucker on the Jerry Grimm court script here at Notre Dame Regional High School, the head coach of the 2001-2002 basketball state champions in girls basketball. Foul called on the offensive foul by Doriante Tucker. Doriante Tucker, his first personal, the 3rd team foul for Cape Central. Londaway checks back in. So it's Jansen, Londaway, Toma, LeGrand, and Dohan. Tyrus Redden alongside Darian Triplett, Doriante Tucker, Cameron Williams, and Dorian Triplett for Cape Central. Londaway trying to look inside, but no good passing lane into the interior. Toma hop steps, passes back. Cam Dohan from the sideline. Good! Cam Dohan from the sideline buries the triple and cuts this deficit to 3. 32-29, 5:43 to go, fourth quarter. Notre Dame is trying to get inside. It'll be Cam Dohan drawing the foul. Trying to get in on Tyrus Redden before the drive. That's the blocking foul on Dohan. His first personal, the 3rd team foul for Notre Dame. Both teams with 3 fouls, 32-29. Notre Dame trails by 3 with 5:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Jansen checks out, Young checks in. Jansen 3 for 5 from beyond the arc tonight. Inbound play to Dorian Triplett, a foul by Toma. The reach in on Toma, trying to keep the ball away from Dorian Triplett as he got the step on the inside. But if you're Notre Dame, with Toma only having that as his first foul, you'd rather take that than the 2 points to Triplett. Inbound play for Cape Central once more. The number 2 seed, the visiting team in the light gray tops and bottoms, going well beyond the timeline. Tyrus Redden lets it go all the way back. And now he's guarded one-on-one by Cam Dohan. Cam Dohan trying to back off on the play as Redden crosses center court. Doriante Tucker throws across court to Darian Triplett at the Bulldogs logo. Pass stolen by Tyler Londaway. He's one-on-one with Tucker. Head fakes to get the draw on Tucker. Can't get the first shot. Can't get the second shot. Third shot, Cam Dohan holds on, gets the look. Gets the steal, and eventually on the third effort, Notre Dame gets the basket. And it's been a 1-point game once again. 32-31, Notre Dame trails by 1. 5:05 to go, fourth quarter. Winner has Park Hill Central Tuesday at the Farmington Civic Center for the Class 4 sectionals. Dorian Triplett goes baseline. Jake Young comes in. Foul on the shot. Will it be on Young or will it be on LeGrand? It will be on Young. Young nods his head. It's his second personal, the 5th team foul. It puts Dorian Triplett on the stripe. Dorian Triplett 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He took that shot in the third quarter. The 6'3" senior. First shot off back iron. 32-31, Notre Dame trails by 1. Hayden Jansen, you're ready to check back in. The 6'1" junior. Again, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. He is great at the catch and shoot. Notre Dame's likely looking for that a couple times here in this game. Redden and Williams back to cherry pick for the Tigers in case Notre Dame gets the rebound in the run out. Triplett misses the rebound, or second free throw, Toma gets the rebound. So the foul pays off for Notre Dame with no points for the Tigers. That trip down floor. Londaway gets it to Toma. Jansen setting up in the spot. Londaway, three-pointer, open look. Can't get it, but Toma gets the rebound, drives the lane, gets the basket. Toma gets the shot. Notre Dame gets the lead. Notre Dame takes the lead for the third time tonight, 33-32. They lead by one. As precocious a lead you can have, 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Redden drives, tries to get to Cameron Williams, off of Williams' hands, steal by Cam Dohan. The freshman couldn't hold on. Cam Dohan tries to avoid contact with Dorian Triplett. Big train running. And they're calling travel on Cam Dohan, who cannot believe the travel call. Look for the spin move, bounce pass to Hayden Jansen around the player, one of the slickest moves we've seen tonight. And Dohan is enraged that it's a travel. Looked like a beautiful bounce pass. Doriante Tucker feeds across court to Tyrus Redden. Notre Dame still holding on to the 1-point lead, 33-32, 4:05 to go fourth quarter. Redden trying to go inside. Notre Dame comes away with it after Redden loses the handle. Londaway throws it over. Cam Dohan thought about the three-ball pump fakes, but two Tigers are there to close out immediately. Jansen thought about the three-ball, fires inside. Nice look for Jansen, but LeGrand can't finish inside. Jump ball goes the way of Cape Central. LeGrand had a great look, got too much mustard on it, and the alternating possession arrow once again goes the way of Cape Central. Again, a fluke. There's no controlling. That's just on the flow of the game. But all four times the alternating possession arrow has come into play tonight, it has gone the way of Cape Central. One each quarter, as a matter of fact. 3:49 to go, fourth quarter, 33-32. Cape Central's Tyrus Redden lets the ball roll to center court to keep the clock stalled. 3:45 to go, fourth quarter, 33-32. Notre Dame leads by one. Their highest lead of the night's been three. Cam Dolan trying to uppercut the ball, but it'll be a timeout by Drew Church. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. Notre Dame 33, Cape Central 32, 3:38 to go in the fourth quarter of the 2020 Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship.
More than ink on paper, the Printing Co. specializes in print, mailings, promotional products and apparel, warehousing, and corporate fulfillment. Reach your target customers in new and innovative ways. The Printing Co. will help market and grow your business like never before. Outpace your competition and lead your industry. Partner with the Printing Co. and our expert team of professionals. You'll get results. Call the Printing Co. today at 573-651-3377.
Hey Bulldog fans, this is Tyler Cuba, former Notre Dame athlete and coach. Our team at Cuba Financial Group is proud to support Notre Dame athletics. We're also proud supporters of your retirement, crafting personalized retirement strategies since 1983. To learn more, visit cubafinancialgroup.com. And remember, we want to see you be a success, both now and in the future.
Securities offered through First Allied Securities. Advisory services offered through First Allied Advisory Services.
After the timeout, Cape Central will get possession. Cody Sandusky with you. Fourth quarter, 3:38 to go in that fourth quarter. Notre Dame leads 33-32. Closest game of the trio of games so far between these two teams. Redden, deep two jumper off the mark. Triplett gets the rebound. Can't get the putback. Notre Dame can't corral the rebound, though, as it's going to be Darian Triplett getting the rebound out of bounds on Notre Dame. Notre Dame making sure the Tigers don't get a clean look, but the Tigers do retain possession for the inbound. Inbound play goes to Darian Triplett on the far wing. Cape Central, the light gray uniform Thompson Bottoms, going right to left on your radio dial and video screen, left to right for the white Thompson Bottoms of Notre Dame. 3:12 to go, fourth quarter. Bounce pass to Dorian Triplett down low, swarmed by a double team of Tigers. There's a travel. Dorian Triplett picked up the foot, put it back down. That's a travel, and Drew Church talking to a senior about the play. Notre Dame gets a break there. 3:07 to go, fourth quarter. Notre Dame leads by one, 33-32. The margins so far this season, Notre Dame 70-54 at the Christmas tournament, 52-44 here at home on February 4th. Notre Dame looking to take 3 games in a row against Cape Central. These seniors for Notre Dame, including Tyler Londaway, Justice Toma, Drew Heiserer, Tyler Parker, Jack Floyd, and Cam Dohan, 2 for 7 against the Tigers in their careers. They had lost 7 straight, but they've won 2 in a row. The momentum is on the Bulldogs side, but they need some points here to pull away from the Tigers late. 33-32, Notre Dame leads Cape Central, 2:30 to go, fourth quarter. Reminder, the semifinal for both of these teams went to overtime. Notre Dame took an extra period to beat the Dexter Bearcats. Cape Central took an extra 4 minutes, to beat Sykeston. So both these teams familiar, especially the double overtime game that Notre Dame lost to Cape Central last year at Cape Central for the district semifinals. So these teams intimately familiar with overtime games. I don't think either team wants to see one again this week, Notre Dame especially. 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter, 33-32. Notre Dame leads by 1. A crossover and a foul by Darian Triplett on the reach-in. Triplett on the reach-in, his second personal, the fourth team foul for Cape Central. Hayden Jansen in for Jake Young. Hayden Jansen, 3 for 5 so far from beyond the arc. Cam Dohan, Tyler Londaway, Caleb LeGrand, Justice Toma, and Hayden Jansen, the 5 on the floor for the Bulldogs. For the Cape Central Tigers, Tyrus Red, who meets Tyler Londaway at center court. Cameron Williams, Doriante Tucker, Dorian Triplett, and Darian Triplett, the starting 5 for Drew Church's Tigers squad. Tigers looking for their second straight district title. Notre Dame looking for their first since 2015 when they went third in the state. Shot in the lane. Toma does not go. Triplett gets the rebound. Going the other way is Cape Central looking to take the lead back. Doriante Tucker, hand in his face, buries it. Doriante Tucker hits the 3. Notre Dame trails by 2. 1:25 to go. Tyler Londaway goes through the lane. They're going to call out of bounds on Cape Central. Londaway lost control trying to get to the rack. 1:24 to go, fourth quarter, 35-33. Notre Dame trails by 2. It's as dramatic as we expected. Gets it over to Caleb LeGrand on the right elbow. Now he's going to hand it back off to Cam Dohan. Nice give and go. Caleb LeGrand gets the basket. Assist from Cam Dohan, tied up again. And a timeout taken. It's a 30-second timeout. So let's read some sponsors, shall we? Notre Dame basketball on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape is made possible by 36 Restaurant and Bar LLC, Seis Amigos and BG's Deli, Amerimart Midwest Energy, BSN Corey Johnson, Cape Radiology, the Code Family of Dealerships, Columbia Construction, Cuba Financial, Diamond Head Management LLC, Drury Hotels, Drury Southwest, Dewey Contracting, Dutch Enterprises, First Missouri State Bank, First State Community Bank, the Franciscan Brothers of Brooklyn, and Jackson Dental. Cody Sandusky here with you. I want to say thank you to Notre Dame Regional High School, Betsy Anders, Ellen Sire, and the entire staff here helping us get these web streams going. Always a proud opportunity to be a part of this. First time doing it. Very happy to be a part of it for this one. I want to give credit where credit is due. It's been a great week so far, but Notre Dame looking to come away with the hardware on the hardwood. The girls took the district championship 52-32 last night. The boys looking to make it a doubleheader of Notre Dame basketball at the Class 4 sectionals next Tuesday at the Farmington Civic Center. Winner of this game gets Park Hill Central. The girls of Notre Dame will be playing Park Hill Central at 6 o'clock. We'll have coverage on the River Radio Sports Network. Inbound play from Tyrus Red to Doriante Tucker, who had the triple the last trip down the floor for the Tigers. 1:10 to go, fourth quarter. Tigers with 4 fouls, Notre Dame with 5, so both teams have fouls to give before the bonus comes into effect. Ball poked out by Londaway, but it will stay Cape Tigers ball. 1:05 to go, fourth quarter, 35-35. Feed to Darian Triplett. Notre Dame trying to shut down any looks. Tyrus Redden at the far corner, crowded by Justice Toma. Ball lost by Redden's going to get between the rings, trying to get around, caught in a double team, trying to work around, turns it, throws it into the Cape Central bench. Drew Church is irate looking for a foul. 14th giveaway by the Tigers tonight, Notre Dame with 8. 50 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Notre Dame 35, Cape Central 35. Still time. Cam Dohan trying to get the student section on the Notre Dame side in arms, ready to go. 1,200 people plus in this building. It is loud, folks. Is Paul Ontrainer looking for a last-second shot, or is he looking to finish it here? 28 seconds left, 35-35. Notre Dame and Cape Central tied. I don't know if either team wants to go to overtime right now. It could be an overtime game again. And it's holding on one last shot. 16 seconds left. Paul Ontrainer standing by Scott Brown, and it'll be a timeout taken with 12.7 left. Notre Dame's going for a last-second possession. 12.7 seconds left. 35-35, we're tied. Notre Dame and Cape Central. Hayden Jansen's checking in the game for the Bulldogs. Winner moves on to the Class 4 sectional. Cape Central looking to do it for the second year in a row. and the fifth time in the decade. 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2019, the Tigers won the district. Notre Dame in 2008 when they finished second in the state, and 2015 when they finished third in the state. Both teams 20-plus win seasons. Notre Dame, their second 20-win season in the last 4 years. For Cape Central, their third consecutive and fifth out of the last 6. 12.7 seconds left, 35-35. Notre Dame basketball on 960 and on YouTube. Searching Notre Dame Capes made possible by KBSI Fox 23, Kelso Sales and Service, Kofeld Distributing, Layton and Southard, Rhodes 101 and Emos, River Eagle, St. Francis Healthcare Systems, SEMO ESPN Radio, ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties, Smokin' Brothers, Southeast Health, Printing Company, and Ultimate Flooring. Cody Sandusky with you. 12.7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 35-35. Notre Dame with possession in their offensive half court. Notre Dame looking for a last-second play. Winner moves on to the Class 4 sectional and wins the district crown. A team that falters, their season is over. They already know their opponent. They already know the date. Toma is going to call the timeout. Didn't like the look that he got on the inbound play, so go ahead and hold off. Scott Brown holding the basketball. We can see if it's a 30 or a minute. We'll see it's a full. So we'll take 30 seconds ourselves. Why not build up that palpable drama? It's like a reality show when they don't reveal things until after the break. We'll do the same. 35-35, the Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship.
With his wife, Jan.
I found him laying in the floor, and I knew something was wrong. Southeast made me feel at home. They understood exactly what he was going through.
Give you that care and that treatment like you were special. It means a lot to get back on your feet.
See John's story at sehealth.org/stories. Southeast Health. The difference is how you're treated.
Your news at 960 KCIM Cape Girardeau, 1400 KSIM Saxton, and now heard like never before on KSIM 101.7 FM.
Cody Sandusky back with you here at Notre Dame Regional High School. 12.7 seconds left. Notre Dame 35, Cape Central 35. Winner takes the Class 4 District 1 crown. Notre Dame with 1 timeout left, Cape Central with 3. Inbound play for Notre Dame. Justice Toma looking for the inbound play. Whistle blown, inbound play in effect. Gets it to Dohan. Dohan being guarded by Doriante Tucker. Tucker's going to commit the foul. Tucker, his second personal, the 5th team foul. So again, both teams with 5 fouls and a half. 10.3 seconds left. Let's keep stacking, shall we? Inbound play for Justice Toma and the Notre Dame Bulldogs. White uniform tops and bottoms. Going from left to right. Cape Central in the light gray uniform tops and bottoms going from right to left. 5 seconds left. Notre Dame looking for the play. Gets it to Caleb LeGrand. Caleb LeGrand throws it in. Tyler Laundaway hit the shot at the buzzer. Is it count? Doesn't count. No shot. They're saying no shot. They're saying no shot. Jeremy Brinkmeyer and Corey Johnson can't believe there's no shot. Drew Church comes out to the floor as well. Jeremy Brinkmeyer is adamant about it. The assistant coach, Jeremy Brinkmeyer, adamant about it. Drew Church going to check on his athlete. I think it is Tyrus Redden. It is Tyrus Redden. They're going to say no shot. They're going to say Laundaway did not get it off at the buzzer. At the end of the fourth, it's 35-35. We go to overtime. Again. Second year in a row. No. Doriante Tucker was at the free throw line. I was incredibly confused. 4 minutes to go in the overtime period. 35-35. Notre Dame had a chance to win it at the buzzer on a pass, a clean look from LeGrand to Laundaway, but Jason Reed, Scott Brown, and our third official said the shot did not go. 45-44. Last year, district semifinal in double overtime. Both coaches having a fair amount of words. Drew Church is quietly angry that Jeremy Brinkmeyer did not get a technical. The inbound play the tip-off goes the way of Notre Dame, and we're in overtime. Second consecutive game for both these teams that have gone into overtime here in the district tournament. It took an extra 4 minutes for Cape to beat Sykeston and for Notre Dame to beat Dexter to get here. Toma, Young, Londaway, Dohan, and LeGrand, the 5 on the floor. Dohan wide open on the far corner looking for a pass from Toma, doesn't get it, and he'll reset between the rings. Redden, Williams, Triplett, and Tucker, the 5 on the floor for Cape Central. Cam Dohan wiping off the shoes. Each team gets an additional timeout. 2 timeouts left for Notre Dame, 4 for Cape Central. Both teams with 5 fouls, 3:18 to go fourth quarter. Hand off to Tyler Londaway. Notre Dame burning a good amount of time. Looking to take a clean look. Londaway just steps up to the three-point arc, takes a shot, no dice, but it's going to be tipped to Toma for the rebound. So things stay as they are, 35-35, 2:58 to go in the overtime period, Don't need to look at my scoreboard for that because it's technically period 5. Winner takes the Class 4 District 1 crown. Toma in triple team traffic, gives it to LeGrand. LeGrand throws it back, it's lost, but Young picks it up. Young's going to bounce pass back to Dohan, and Notre Dame resets. Notre Dame trying to burn as much time as possible, not even allow Cape Central a touch. A risky strategy. And the Cape Central Tigers fans are calling and begging for the Tigers to engage. And the Notre Dame student section cheering on their team, the jungle booing at the Bulldogs for holding on as long as they are. Cycling around, 2:15 to go in the overtime period. Londaway trying to look for the shot, takes it back to Toma, now back to Londaway. Londaway gives it back to Toma in the short corner. Notre Dame and Cape Central tied 35-35, 2 minutes to go in the overtime period. Notre Dame practicing a variant of the four corners offense from Dean Smith. Longtime legendary head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, helped lead them to the 1982 NCAA championship and a few other visits and titles along the way. Cam Dohan holding on. Cape Central not engaging defensively at all, so the timer doesn't run from the officials having to count the, 10 seconds for the offensive motion. So Notre Dame's just going to hold on for a look. Londaway and Dohan just meeting up at the center rings like it's baseball. These two are pitchers, so they've had some familiarity with meetings on the mound, and they've got it here. Spacing it out. Notre Dame doesn't want Cape to have a touch at all. And the jungle not a fan. But that's how it goes. If Cape Central's not going to engage, the clock doesn't move on that. We have had 3 minutes of the 4 in this overtime period. There's been one shot by Notre Dame, and it's been rebounded by Notre Dame. So Notre Dame now holds on. I think Notre Dame's going to play the war of attrition. If it takes double overtime, they'll take it and try to exercise the demon there. 45 seconds to go in the overtime period, 35-35. And the officials now starting to count as Tyrus Redden is engaged enough. And now Tyrus Redden is close enough. Passes over to Justice Toma. And now Cape Central starting to engage, so now the four corners offense has to get into action. Cam Dohan pivoting around with Tyrus Redden, nipping at his heels. Tyrus Redden trying to get some pressure on Cam Dohan. No blocking fouls called. They're going to give the pass to Dohan, pass to Caleb LeGrand deep in the corner, and a timeout taken by Paul Unterreiner with 14 seconds left. Notre Dame tried to get to this scenario to repeat the situation with spacing. Full timeout. We'll stick with you here. May as well. 14.2 left in the overtime period. One shot taken in the overtime period. Notre Dame employing the spacing, and this is one of those situations in which a shot clock, it not being around is your friend. That works in the high school ranks, doesn't work in the collegiate or the professional ranks, but again, Dean Smith employed that at a time in which there was no shot clock, so you could burn it. We have seen other teams do that to their advantage, Cape Central among them, so this is not an unfamiliar strategy to Drew Church. He knows because he's employed it. Notre Dame trying to do the same. Hold on for one shot. 3 minutes and 46 seconds off of this overtime clock. 35-35. Notre Dame with possession out of the timeout. The winner takes on Park Hill Central in the Class 4 sectionals at Farmington Civic Center next Tuesday night. The Notre Dame girls already have their date there against the Park Hill Central Lady Rebels. Notre Dame girls winning here at home last night 52-32 against recent returnee to Class 4 District 1 St. Genevieve for the district title. Jansen, Londaway, Dohan, Toma, and LeGrand, the five on the floor for Notre Dame. For Cape Central, Redden, Williams, Triplett, Tucker. Notre Dame in their home white uniform, tops and bottoms. Cape Central in the road, light grays. Inbound play to Cam Dohan. 12 seconds left, overtime. 35-35 tie ball game. Tucker trying to get the ball around Cam Dohan. Cam Dohan goes to the rack. They're going to say no shot. They're going to say the shot was not taken. The foul came before the shot, midway down the lane. Foul is on Tucker. His third personal, the sixth team foul. 7.5 seconds left in overtime. Notre Dame inbounds behind the basket. And a timeout taken by Paul Unterreiner. He'll burn his last timeout. 7.5 seconds left in overtime. 35-35. Notre Dame and Cape Central are knotted up. Full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. Actually, we won't. We're going to go ahead and stick around anyway. Forget commercial breaks. I'll play them afterward. There'll be plenty of time, I'm sure. 35-35. Thank you to our sponsors, by the way. Greatly appreciate you and you listening wherever you may be. Whether it be on 960 KZIM on YouTube, searching Notre Dame Cape, or on KZIM, KSIM.com. We greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you to the entire Notre Dame student and staff here for allowing us to feel welcome here in the Bird's Nest, allowing us to simulcast on the web stream. You hear the student chants on both sides, the dog pound and the jungle, both in full effect, in full presence, wall-to-floor presence here tonight at Notre Dame Regional High School. You heard Paul Unterreiner talk about it a bit in the pregame. An intimate setting, and that's a word I've used a couple times here. I've enjoyed being here at Notre Dame for districts, not just because it's a relatively shorter drive, although working in Poplar Bluff the first 2 days of the week, not so much, but able to be in a building in which you feel close. Everything is on top on the floor. It makes for a special kind of energy, and in a situation like this, that is renewed once again. 7.5 seconds to go in overtime. Notre Dame 35, Cape Central 35. Cape Central looking for their second straight district title. Notre Dame looking for their first since 2015 when they went to the state Final Four and finished in third. Inbound play behind the basket for Notre Dame. Tyler Londaway, Justice Toma, Hayden Jansen, Cam Dohan, and Caleb LeGrand, the five on the floor for Cape Central. Tyrus Redden, Cameron Williams, Doriante Tucker, Dorian Triplett. Cam Dohan, give and go. Tyler Londaway looking for somebody. 3 seconds left. Crossover, pulls up from three at the buzzer. It's going to go off. We go to double overtime. So the stall strategy did not go as planned, or maybe it did, I'm not sure. But we go to double overtime. Cape Central never once touched the ball. Notre Dame took 2 shots. So we go another 4 minutes. Double overtime. We went double overtime last year. Jake Young checks in for Notre Dame to start the second overtime. Notre Dame falling in that game 45-44 in double overtime with a magical shot from Kenyon Hodges, senior last year for the Tigers, who moved on to play at Three Rivers College. Notre Dame, the white uniform, tops and bottoms. Cape Central, the light gray tops and bottoms. Notre Dame, the number 1 seed, the home team. Cape Central, the number 2 seed, the road team. Notre Dame brings out the starting 4 of the starting 5. Toma, LeGrand, Young, Londaway, and Cam Dohan, the 6th man on the floor for Notre Dame. For the Tigers, the starting 5, Dorian Triplett, Tyrus Redden, Doriante Tucker, and Cameron Williams. Notre Dame got the tip last time and was able to milk the clock. 4 minutes all the way down on 2 shots. If Cape gets the ball here, I believe they'll do the same thing. So it's imperative for a team to win the tip here. Tip-off goes between Notre Dame and Cape Central. Notre Dame is going to get the ball. It's going to be called a jump ball, but they're going to call a re-jump. They're going to call a re-jump. So 3 seconds off the second overtime clock. Tip again, and it's going to go the way of Notre Dame. Again, Justice Toma gets the ball. This place is loud, folks. I don't think microphones are picking up how this building is right now. And we go to the four-corner strategy, and now Notre Dame moves the ball around a little bit more. We're seeing a little bit of passing. 3:30 to go in double overtime, 35-35. Cape Central content to let Notre Dame burn down the clock. Notre Dame content to let Cape stand off and let the clock roll. Wonder how many overtimes we can rack up if we keep doing this. I am excited to see, because that could see some state records come from this game. To get into a double overtime game with a 35-35 score has been impressive. Not a lot of shooting for either side. This has been a defensive stalwart game. Notre Dame 1 minute off the overtime clock. Tyler Launaway trying to cross over and get some penetration inside. Nice move inside. Gets the basket and the foul. Foul's going to be on number 23, Darian Triplett, his second. Tyler Launaway goes to the free throw line, his first trip to the stripe tonight. 2-point lead for Notre Dame. Free throw for Launaway, bounces in and out. Dorian Triplett gets the rebound, his fifth of the night for Cape Central. Notre Dame 37, Cape Central 35, 2:45 to go in double overtime. Darian Triplett being guarded by Jake Young. Triplett bounce passes out to Tyrus Redden. Thought about the college distance three-pointer, but holds on. Be a reach-in foul by Caleb LeGrand, trying to stay step for step with the freshman Cameron Williams. Caleb LeGrand, his second personal, the sixth team foul. So both teams now with no fouls to give for the bonus to go into effect. Cape Central with 7 fouls. Notre Dame with 6. 2:36 to go, double overtime. Notre Dame 37, Cape Central 35. Doriante Tucker, who's had some good looks from three. He is 2 for 4 from beyond the arc tonight. He's got the ball. Driving to the lane, jumper from just in front of the free throw line. Doesn't go. Cameron Williams gets the rebound, gets the foul, and the chance for three himself. The 6'6 freshman making his mark. And Tyler Launaway picks up his fourth foul. 7th team foul. And a timeout taken. Tie ball game again. 37-37. 2:23 to go in double overtime. Full timeout taken by Cape Central. Will take 30 seconds this time. Notre Dame and Cape Central tied 37-37. Cape on the line on the other side of the break. The Class 4 District 1 Boys Basketball Championship.
Brought to you in part by Drury Southwest Incorporated, including the Bavarian Hall, D-Mart Convenience Stores, West Park Lanes, Drury Hotels, Weiss Mobile Home Community, and DSW Signs. Drury Southwest Incorporated is a proud Notre Dame booster and excited to support the Notre Dame Bulldogs. Keep striving for the highest level of spiritual, academic, and athletic achievements throughout the year. Congratulations to Notre Dame for being a top 50 school. Good luck this season.
Okay, listen up, everybody. Turn up your volumes. Announcement.
This is All Talk, All the Time. KCIM Cape Girardeau and KSIM Sykeston.
Doriante Tucker to the free throw line for Cape Central after the timeout. Or excuse me, it's going to be Cameron Williams to the free throw line for the chance of a three-point play the hard way. If he makes it, Notre Dame is going to see Cape Central take the lead once more. Tie ball game 37-37, 2:23, double overtime. Cameron Williams misses it. Tyler Launaway gets his fourth board of the night. Williams 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Launaway calling for some help. Cam Dohan comes back behind the timeline to get the ball. Jansen, Toma, and LeGrand, the other three on the floor for Paul Hunter-Reiner's Bulldogs. Starting five out there for the Tigers. Redden, Tucker, Triplett, Williams. 2 minutes to go in double overtime. 37-37, we're knotted up. Cape Central won by 1 in double overtime last year on a circus shot around the back. Goes up for Kenyon Hodges. Kenyon Hodges has graduated. Cape Central and Notre Dame both need different heroes in this one. Tyler Launaway between the rings. 1:43 to go, double overtime, and now holding on to the ball, Tyrus Redden comes up just enough to engage defensively to start the 10-second timer. It's going to be number 5, Hayden Jansen. Hayden Jansen 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, looking for that catch and shoot look. Not being guarded a few strides off his Darian Triplett, but he is coming back, wanting to make sure the catch-and-shoot specialist is not getting that look right now. Caleb LeGrand in the far corner, cross-court pass to Justice Toma, trying to get the read on it was Cameron Williams, but no dice. Londway trying to go to the rack again, passes over to Toma. Toma's going to get the ball in the short corner. Drew Church holds his arms up in exasperation, looking for a walk on that one as the sliding feet of Londway could have got him off guard there. Under a minute to go, double overtime, 37-37. Winner gets the Class 4 District 1 crown. Team that falls, their season is over. Londway gets it back to Dohan. Pivot back and forth, Dohan gets it to Toma. 40 seconds left. Notre Dame with 1 timeout. Cape Central with 4. They have ample. 37-37, both teams with 7 fouls. Toma looking for a handoff, gives it to Dohan. 30 seconds left. Cape Central staying engaged, so Notre Dame not able to wait out the clock. Tucker pointing out traffic to Hayden Jansen, trying to make sure he doesn't get the catch-and-shoot look. Cross-court pass to Toma. Standing on the script, Jerry Grimm Court here at Notre Dame Regional High School, the coach, the 2001-2002 girls basketball champions. Steal, it's going to be picked up by Hayden Jansen. No travel called. Ball was knocked away. Dohan's going to pass. It's going to be a foul. Cape Central looking for the travel on the dive by Hayden Jansen. It's going to be a foul called on the drive by Notre Dame coming back the other way. Fouls on Darian Triplett, his 3rd personal. 8th team foul. That puts Londway on the free throw line. Jansen checks out. Young comes back in. 7.8 seconds left. Londway with a single bonus. Timeout taken by Cape Central. 30-second timeout. 7.8 seconds left. Notre Dame can make this a 2-point lead with 2 free throws, but they must make the first. 7.8 seconds left in double overtime. 37-37. Either team scored a point in the first overtime. Both teams with 2 points here in this overtime. Cameron Williams with a 2-point basket and a foul. Did not get the free throw. Tyler Londway the same way. Got the 2-point basket. Could not get the free throw to fall for the foul. Londway is the one on the stripe right now for the Bulldogs. After this 30-second timeout. 1,200 plus in this building at Notre Dame Regional High School. It's been an electric crowd. I hope you've enjoyed it wherever you may be watching or listening on KZIM, KSIM.com, 960 KZIM, or on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape. Out of the huddle is Notre Dame. Justice Toma, Cam Dohan, Jake Young, Caleb LeGrand, and Tyler Londway at the charity stripe. 7.8 seconds to go, double overtime. Tyler Londway taking the single bonus, and it's a timeout taken by Cape the other way. So they'll take another timeout. Again, Cape Central had 4 timeouts coming into this. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and stick with you. We'll do one long read of our sponsors this time around because we're going to have some time to burn. Notre Dame basketball on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape is made possible by our sponsors. 36 Restaurant and Bar LLC, Seis Amigos and BG's Deli, Amerimart Midwest Energy, BSN Corey Johnson, Cape Radiology, the Code family of dealerships, Columbia Construction, Cuba Financial, Diamond Head Management LLC, Drury Hotels, Drury Southwest, Dewey Contracting, Dutch Enterprises, First Missouri State Bank, First State Community Bank, the Franciscan Brothers of Brooklyn, and Jackson Dental. We'll get halfway through the list. We'll hit the other half here in just a moment. 37-37. 7.8 seconds left in double overtime. These two teams coming out of the huddle. Paul Unterreiter giving a laugh with Corey Johnson and Jeremy Brinkmeyer. I'm sure with the stress, that's about all you can do is laugh. Or as I used to joke, laughing to hide the tears, or at this point, laughing to hide the anxiousness. As a laugh is shared between the officials and the coaches of Notre Dame. Single bonus, the 1-and-1. Tyler Londway at the free throw line. 7.8 seconds left. Tie ball game. Londway 0 for 1 from the free throw line tonight. Makes the first. Notre Dame's 5th lead of the night. And a timeout taken before the second free throw. 38-37. Cape Central had 2 more timeouts. Take a full timeout, so we'll stick around and give you the other half of our sponsors. We appreciate them allowing us to bring you Notre Dame basketball all season long, including the girls sectional. Class 4 District 1 will be at Farmington Civic Center next Tuesday night, 5:45 the pregame, 6 o'clock the tip-off. The Notre Dame girls will take on the Park Hills Central Rebels. Join us, won't you? Second straight year those two teams will be facing off the Class 4 sectional. Notre Dame basketball is brought to you in part by Jackson Dental, KBSI Fox 23, Kelso Sales and Service, Kofeld Distributing, Layton and Southard, Rhodes 101 and Emos, River Eagle, St. Francis Healthcare Systems, SEMO ESPN Radio, ServPro of Cape Girardeau and Scott Counties, The Smokin' Brothers, Southeast Health, The Printing Company, and Ultimate Flooring. Buzzer sounds for the timeout. One timeout remaining on both sides. 7.8 seconds left in double overtime. 38-37. Notre Dame leads by 1. After Tyler Lawnaway hit the free throw, the first of the 1-and-1. Notre Dame with their two bigs, Jake Young and Caleb LeGrand on the back end of the play. Lawnaway at the free throw line. Misses the second. Ball's going to be live. Dorian Triplett gets the rebound, his 6th board of the night. Notre Dame trying to get a runner going. Three-pointer for Doriante Tucker. He misses it, and that's going to be it for double overtime. And Cam Dohan goes down hard. Cam Dohan crashed to the floor. No shot. As Cam Dohan rattled to the floor. Landing awkwardly. Double overtime is over. 38-37. The game is a win, depending on this scenario. Mike Church talking to Jeff Gravitt, getting some word on both sides. It's over. The game is over. Drew Church and the officials all conferring. As Cam Dohan comes up, and Notre Dame wins. The buzzer sounds. Game is over. 38-37. Notre Dame wins in double overtime. Delayed celebration, but the celebration is on as the Bulldogs pick up the district championship for the first time since 2015 and gets revenge in double overtime over the Cape Central Tigers. Last year, it was a 1-point win in heartbreaking fashion in double overtime for the Cape Central Tigers. This year, the ball bounces the other way. Notre Dame scores one more point in double overtime than Cape Central, and they take home their hardware on home hardwood. So we have a doubleheader of Notre Dame basketball at the Class 4 sectionals next Tuesday at the Farmington Civic Center. Both teams will take on the Park Hills Central Rebels. Both the boys and the girls. The girls will play first at 5:45 with a 6 o'clock tip-off. The boys will play immediately thereafter. 38-37, the final score. Notre Dame wins by 1 in double overtime. Plaques are going to be handed out. The Tigers retreat to the locker room. I believe the coaches are going to stick around. No, they're going to go ahead and just let the plaque be picked up later. And the Notre Dame Bulldogs are going to get the plaque in front of the home crowd. Paul Unterreiner picks up his 2nd district championship at the helm. These Bulldogs, after losing 7 straight for this freshman class against the Tigers, win 3 in a row in the same season to claim the plaque. And Cam Dohan, the man slow off the floor, rushes to the student section, and the dog pound pours off of the bleachers. 2019-2020 Class 4 District 1 champions, the Notre Dame Bulldogs. Notre Dame gets their revenge in double overtime against the Tigers. It's going to be a good conversation with Paul Unterreiner. I can feel it. Post-game conversation coming up in just a few moments. The Notre Dame Bulldogs, champions of Class 4 District 1 for the first time since 2015, 38-37 in double overtime. Back in just a moment on 960 KZIM and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape.
Construction is proud to be a part of Notre Dame Regional High School.
KSIM.com and on YouTube by searching Notre Dame Cape. Notre Dame, the Class 4 District 1 champions in double overtime, 38-37 over the Cape Central Tigers. A spot of revenge after a double overtime loss last year. Joining us in the post-game conversation, head coach Paul Unterreiner. Coach, congratulations. It took a lot. It looked like it was there in regulation. It took a couple extra periods, but you come away with the district hardware for the first time since 2015.
And this is what I'm so proud about with our guys tonight. They battled. They just battled to the very end, and some things didn't go our way at times, and we regrouped every time. It got to the point I didn't have to talk to my guys. Yeah. In between those overtimes, all those timeouts, I just let them talk. And like I said before the game, a player-led team is so much better than a coach-led team, and that was the difference tonight. I do feel like we haven't always been a player-led team this year, but tonight they rallied around each other, and they made most of the decisions tonight. The defenses that we were going to run, when to run them. I looked at our seniors and said, "What do you want to do?" And that's what it's about. And what a moment for our school tonight. What a display of competitiveness here tonight. The fans from both sides, from what I can tell, were fantastic. I love the choirs coming together before the game and singing the national anthem. A little unity there, praying for the same guy that went to school here and at Cape Central. It's in the world we live in, those are hard things to do, and I'm glad that the administrators made that happen, because I think that's important for us. But gosh darn it, I'm proud of my guys. I'm just really proud of them. There were times that looked like it wasn't going to be a good night for us. We got down early. Well, I think we were down 10-2. Went on a 13-3 run to end the half.
Yep.
So, what was the score at halftime? 15-13?
15-13, that's exactly what it was. You go from 7 points at the Christmas tournament to 52 in that one, and then 15-13 and a half.
That's what Drew does really well, is he figures out how to really slow this game down and play at an uncomfortable pace. And if holding the ball for the entire overtime period doesn't prove that, I don't know what does. So he does a really good job with them, and we're just fortunate to win a district championship, and I couldn't be happier for our guys.
And your clearer hurdle, I know, has kind of been in the back of the mind of many of these seniors. They had lost 7 straight to start their careers. They pick up 3 wins against the same team. We've talked about it coming up to this tournament because we talked about it for the Dexter game. Beating a good team twice is really hard. Beating a good team 3 times is almost impossible. And as you said, it was a push to the brink, back and forth. I'd say the guards led the charge here tonight. Cape Central made sure that there was no penetration inside, save for a couple of layups that were given by Notre Dame, especially one at the end of the regulation that we thought could have won it. It was all an outside shooting look, and one guy that you can look to saying that he knocked down the triples when he needed him, Hayden Jansen, 3 for 5 from the outside. He's been a catch-and-shoot specialist for this team this year, and those are 9 big points that help push you and keep you in this contest.
You know what? Here's a funny story about Hayden tonight. We're late in the game. We might be in one of the overtimes where they're holding it, or we're holding it and they're not guarding us, or whatever's happened. I can't remember. It was a tie game, and I put him in. We were doing offensive defense between him and Jake, and he looked at me and he came off. He goes, "Coach, you still want me shooting it?" I said, "Hayden, you wouldn't be in the game if I didn't want you to shoot the ball." So I said, "I don't know what's taking you so long to realize this, man." When he first got in there, he hesitated on one, and it kind of bothered me. And he came off the floor, and I let him know, like, "You're in the shoot, man, and you better shoot it." I told the same thing to Drew Heiser. He kind of got a little passive after making one or missing one, and then he came out and hit a big shot or 2 later on. So Hayden got us out of the funk we were in to start, and then he hit some big shots later on, and he's growing up in a hurry on us. Which is adjusting minutes down the bench of the other guys, and our guys are just doing a great job of handling that, because at this point the only thing that matters is that 15 guys are lifting up that district championship plaque, and hasn't been done here in 5 years. So, and all their names are attributed to it. So that's the only thing that matters tonight.
That's the big thing. You look up and down this roster, contributions all around. It's been a well-balanced unit for much of this year. We've talked about it. There has, for better or worse, there hasn't been that one player that you look to and say, okay, you're the guy with the ball in your hands late, go for it. And that gives you an opportunity to see it distributed around. But if there's one guy that we saw that happen with in the overtime periods especially, Tyler Laundaway.
Yeah.
He's a guy with a motor. We've been talking about him since his freshman year. I know for him, I have to imagine there's a little bit of that bittersweet feeling against Cape Central, given that he broke his elbow freshman year, crashing the floor against Cape, kind of started this trend, and now he's able to help lead the Bulldogs into 3 straight wins against them. And he has the layup that might have won it in regulation. He has the layup that gives you the lead in double overtime, has the free throw that gives you the win in double overtime. The senior has had that Bulldog mentality, and it helped to push the Bulldogs forward again tonight.
Yeah, and the thing is, all those great things that happened for him tonight, and he's going to be talking about the missed free throw.
Yeah, I know.
He's just a kid. He's a warrior. He's just you can't coach his toughness and his desire to win. And I'm telling you, he's a very enjoyable player to coach. It's a joy to coach him. As our guys are taking a team picture down there.
Right in front of the dog pound.
Yeah, and I think the one play that he'd want to have over is I don't know if it was the end of regulation or end of the first overtime, where he kind of settled for a step back 3 when we had time to get to the rim and make a play. I think that's the one play he'd like to take back. But I mean, the play to end regulation was a nice one.
Yeah,
it was a nice one for him. He made a heck of a play. And we'll just say we went to overtime.
There you go.
We'll
leave it at that.
He's just a battler, and I've been blessed to coach him at the varsity level for 4 years. And we always talk about, as coaches, that we want to coach kids that we can lose with. Like at the end of the day, if we lose, I know we're going to go down swinging, and this is a group of guys that we can lose with. And luckily, we get to play another game, and if or when that loss comes, we'll be all right, because this team is battling, and we're ready to enjoy the evening and get back and worry about a really good Park Hills team. But I was just proud of it. I thought our big guys played tough in there. Had some moments of really looking good. I thought Caleb looked good again tonight. Thought he did some nice things. I thought Jake toughened up again tonight. I thought our toughness factor increased back to where it needed to be tonight. Early, no, but late, yes. And I'm just tickled. I mean, even Cam touching that last ball was critical. And he fell down hard, but he knew that his season hung in the potential of a couple years ago, the bluff buzzer here, if he didn't touch that ball. So they laid it on the line tonight. Every single one of us did.
We won't go too deep into it because we've got Tuesday to do it. It's a doubleheader, both the boys and the girls taking on the same team, Park Hill. So it's going to be a lot of shades of blue, red, white, and gray up at the Farmington Civic Center. I think it's going to be one heck of a time, Coach.
Hey, I'm happy as can be that these guys get to play another game, and they get a little piece of hardware, and we're going to put a picture up on that wall because they get on the wall of champions now.
That's right. There it is, Coach. Congratulations. Enjoy the night. We'll see you on Tuesday up in Farmington.
Thanks, Cody.
That's head coach Paul Unterreiner. Appreciate his time in the post-game conversation. 38-37, the final score in double overtime. Just some rough numbers trying to calculate them. Haven't written anything down. Forgive me on that. 6 points for Tyrus Redden. You had 7 points in the second half for Doriante Tucker, 11 in the game. 8 for Darian Triplett. You had 8 for Cameron Williams and 4 for Dorian Triplett. For Notre Dame, Tyler Ronaway, 3 points until the overtimes. Had the 3 most crucial points of the season for the Bulldogs. He has 6. Hayden Jansen with 9 points on the game. Cam Dohan with 5. Drew Heiser with 5. Justice Toma with 2. Jake Young with 2. Caleb LeGrand with 9 points. So Hayden Jansen and Caleb LeGrand tying for the leading scorers in this game, if my math is right, with 9 points alongside. I'll correct myself. 7 points, 11 for Doriante Tucker, the leading scorer in this game, but 9 points each for Hayden Jansen and Caleb LeGrand. Notre Dame, your Class 4 District 1 boys basketball champions, which means we've got a double dip. Yours truly hard at work next Tuesday, although not as hard as the Bulldogs should be working on the hardwood. We will be up at the Farmington Civic Center as the Notre Dame girls and the Notre Dame boys look to both take sectional wins against the Park Hill Central Rebels. The girls will start at 5:45 with a tip-off at 6 o'clock. Pregame will begin. The boys will begin thereafter. We will let you know as soon as we can. If you follow Notre Dame Regional High School on Facebook, you'll be able to see the post next week. Hopefully we'll have it for you at Cody Sandusky on Twitter as well. It'll either be on 960 or 1220 93.5. We'll let you know as soon as we know for the Notre Dame basketball doubleheader at the Class 4 sectionals. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Miss Betsy, Miss Ellen, and the entire Notre Dame student staff helping us to bring the webcast on youtube.com. Search Notre Dame Cape. Thank you to you. Wherever you've been, wherever you've listened, wherever you've watched, it's been a heck of a week. I'm tired. but I'm excited, and I'm sure everyone here is too. Notre Dame, your Class 4 District 1 champions, 38-37 in double overtime over the Cape Central Tigers. Until next we speak on Tuesday at the Farmington Civic Center, stay safe, stay cool, enjoy some sunshine, and